Oh my gosh, I think I accidentally started the broadcast. That was dumb. Oh well. Yeah, I think I accidentally started it. You can hear me, right? Sound check's good. Well, I don't have any guests or anything. That's funny. Okay, good. Wow. Good, good, good. Well, tell you why not. Everything's fine. Duh. I actually have Anna and Mike both tonight, hopefully. I know you just got that one. That's okay. Hey, Alex, is it though, man? I gotta talk with him. I mean, come on. He put down that Marsh was doing my game. Kind of weird, huh? I gotta have a talk with him. But you're right. I mean, I probably should. A little annoying. But you're right. I'll be the team player there. Somehow. Sometimes that's too hard for me to do. Oh, let me hit this button. That's already, but you know, we gotta get more there. Okay, brain fart here. Where do I hit next? Not that. Mike's gonna join us, but Mike's got trick or treaters, I guess today, so he'll be on
beyond the wall of worlds.
because he
Hey.
likes Age of Worms discussion.
Cool.
Well, those not of our
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Good. Yeah, so we have a
It is
Gavin
too
on
easy
Wednesday
to
and
say that there is dark
Ladies
and
and
there
Laura on
is
Sunday.
light. It is too
This is
easy
good.
to
Yeah.
say that there are two sides to every coin. The reality is far worse. For law flirts with tyranny. Chaos invites freedom.
I'll say
Evil
those,
includes all it knows.
Troll Lord
Good.
videos are getting better and better.
Suffering.
So yeah.
Yeah, they are
Those
getting a
in the
little
middle,
better.
Yeah, I
They
wonder
are
who
worse,
Chuck hired to
for
do
they know
them.
nothing.
He didn't hire
but
anyone, I don't think. I think he's doing it
Oh,
all
he-
himself.
Codex
Oh
Infernum
wow.
Yeah,
and
I
the
really-
Codex
I really think he
Exalted.
is.
Cool.
Two source books
Yeah.
that bring in-depth
I'm even
knowledge
more
about
impressed.
beings of all positions, from the farthest reaches of the heavens
That's
to
cool.
the darkest depths of wretchedness.
Oh,
Both of these
shit.
titles come with new, full-color art, new
Hit this
creatures,
up.
new powers like possession, and a multitude of information providing lore, backgrounds, names, mechanics, stats, and much more. These incredible tomes are filled with demons and angels, devils, and celestials.
I haven't gotten my. I was
unleashing the
hoping that
powers
I'd
of
have
good
it
and evil,
today, yesterday,
law
but I
and
haven't
chaos
gotten my
on your table.
Kasazaki
Codices Infernum
you know,
and Exaltum,
book
bringing creatures hallowed and
from
profane
Troll Lord.
into
I
your
was hoping to
adventure.
get that.
Pledge and
Yeah?
share today. Troll Lord Games. Join the fray.
All right. Let me hit another button here. Which one? Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, shout out to out. Sounds like Chuck George. Yes, it is. Hey, Willie, and we are. Good to see everyone. What's up? Pile of good stuff as far as options. I know we're early, and we're really early because I was doing my prep work, and I started the stream. I looked over, and I see Mystical Unicorn and Antiquitous and Von Mocha. I'm like, uh-oh. All right. It's been like 20 Gavins since we did one of these, believe it or not. I went back and took a look. I was like, wow, it's been that
Yep.
long? Hey, DM, good to see you. Check this out here. What's up, Stronghold? Whew. I had an individual contacted me about demographics. I got like 5. A community person, and I got like 5 emails. And I was like, you know me, and I was like, I wish you had gotten these because.
Oh, I'm going to respond to them. I've been, and that was kind of cool. It had demographics. This is awesome.
Did you get those emails too?
Yeah.
Oh, you got them both. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see it was to you too. That's good.
Oh yeah, it was you and me. So
Yeah,
we were listed on them. So yeah.
Yeah, Gary. Mike's going to be on. He's supposed to be on because we're going to finish up Age of Worms. And it's good to see.
So we need to. That deserves. We should have a Legends and Lore on.
Yeah, we can. But I just, as you saw in my email, I think for some, here shows you how messed up I was. I got Anna, and I didn't even because I hit an ultimate wrong button. I started to stream right off the bat. What's up, Josh?
Yeah.
So there we go. And Mike's supposed to be on, so he hasn't said he's not at this point. I'm just looking to see. So let me just he's on. He's talking on. He's talking on right now on. On Cannon Fire Discord, so he's got to be around
and tell him to jump in here. So yeah.
Yeah. He'll be on. So good evening, everyone. I'm Jay, Care Lord Gazumba with Anna B. Meyer, and we'll have Greyhawk White Bridges on, so it'll almost be like a Legends and Lore, except it's not.
Extra one. Yeah.
Yes, it's we'll have a nice discussion here as we hit 4 Dungeon Magazine adventures. Magazines from 132 to 135. The last 4 that have the Age of Worms in them. So we'll finish up Age of Worms tonight. So on this discussion, which will be fun. I think there's one other Greyhawk adventure in those 3, in those 4. But first, I want to talk about Jay's got a gripe. Okay, you ready for this?
You have a gripe.
I have a gripe. I spent $15 or whatever on this stupid thing.
What the heck is
that? The Dungeons and Dragons 2024 yearbook.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I don't even aware of the fact that there was one.
Well, yes.
It's kind of premature, isn't it? Send out the yearbook a year ahead. Is it an official Wizards of the Coast?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look, Wizards logo is right on the back.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So do you know why I got this? Because I said the ironies. I'm going to be. Wow, I'm in here. There's a picture. And let me see if I can find it. And it's
you are in there.
Well, here comes the fun the joke of it.
Yeah,
and a lot of us who are at GaryCon will be in here.
Okay.
But what section is it under? Oh my gosh, I am not going to comment on anything in here except this because if I probably will get myself permabanned. And then also they have an all right. Well, they have an entire 2-page ad for D&D in the Castle in here, Anna. So,
I didn't make it. So,
yes, entire 2-page ad for that in here.
Yeah, I was.
Does anyone else get this? Hey, Sam.
I was on the short list. I signed a contract, and then COVID hit, and
yeah. But so they. Oh my gosh, where the heck is this section? That's how much I. They have a section on what conventions. Conventions coming up. Geez, you know what? I can't even find it. Anyone have this? We're doing classic D&D reprints tonight, by the way. So and it's only like 2 pages. I mean, there's some nice color things in here.
So they take pictures from old.
Here we go.
GaryCons and to talk about future ones.
Beyond the tabletop convention. So down here, one of your 5 ones, GaryCon, and I see this picture of all the people with the Hawaiian shirts, and I'm like, oh, cool! Gotcha. I was in that picture, so I'm good. I'm going to be in this, so I'm going to get it because And this is not last year's picture.
It's an older picture.
There you go, Josh. There you go. So screwed over, man. Yeah, so it's not last year's picture from Gary Con. So who knows what year it's from? Yeah,
It's some year. Yeah. Mhm.
False advertising.
false
See, there you go.
advertising. Yes. So the other cons they have in here are PAX, Dragon Con, Gen Con, Gary Con, Dragon Meet, which is in the UK. So
Or they're talking about the ones that will be in 2024.
yeah,
Where they will
recommended what
Okay.
to go to in 2024. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Mhm.
along with all the other stuff. So there you go. So
See, you gave them $15. So yeah.
yeah, Jay's got a gripe. So I was so it was kind of funny. You were in that last? Yeah. So there, we're not in there. If you're in last year's picture, no.
Yeah.
So
And
kind of
I
funny.
didn't wear a Hawaiian shirt, so I'm not on one of
Yeah.
them or any of them, even if was probably at the Gary Con that picture was taken, but I'm sure I wasn't in the picture.
And then also, I did apply to WotC with that position, but they're never going to
Yeah.
contact me. So
Well, you might get a polite reply of saying that we received your submission and thank you so much for it. And that will be it. So yeah.
Big B to know, appreciate your donation. No, that's funny, Alex. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Big B the gnome, yes.
So how you doing, Mike? How are the trick or treaters going?
I was wrong. That's on Tuesday.
Oh!
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
So you can eat all the candy and then you can buy some new ones. So yeah.
Ours is Tuesday as well. So, well, that's good, Mike. So, we're doing some Age of Worms tonight. We're going to finish this up. We haven't done one of these in like 20 episodes. So I was like, well, after this, Gary, we can move on to a Savage Tide. So I have from 132 to 135 all prepped up. Hit Kicks of Rock and Sadness, Need to Duck Out. I'm sorry, Dale, just lurk if you can. I know you're doing this now. But yeah, I mean, we got to get through this at some point. So now is as good of a time as any. Let me see what we got here. All right, to give away Classic D&D reprints, got a whole pile here from Patrick, a huge pile. So have fun with that whenever. We'll talk, and if you have any, trick or treating on the weekend before Halloween is really, well, it's something. I know a couple towns nearby me did it today, but ours isn't until Tuesday as well. So, yep. So I bought something from Wizards because I thought I was in it, and I was disappointed. But life's full of disappointments, and that's another one. All right, number 132. Cover, Escape the Grasp of Dweeblix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great. And it goes Age of Worms, Vecna, and the Isle of Secrets. So, Mike, have you gotten through these? I know you were in on another one of these. Did you participate in these? Did you run these?
I don't remember if I were.
Okay. Do not remember through the Age of Worms, but it's been a very popular series. So if we start off here coming down, and it's called the Library of Last Resort. Nicholas Logue, I don't know that person. And it says Tilagos Island does not appear on most maps of the Near Deeve. Okay.
Exactly. It will appear on my future map because I'm actually detailing it. I modeled it in detail in World Machine, and it will be a really good. And I've just placed it on my. I mislabeled it originally for my campaign on purpose because I didn't want to hide it. So there is a little speck. There's been a speck on my map for a long time. If you look on, if you take a look northwest of the Woolworth Isle where Edmundford is, there is a green little pixel in near that's the island.
Oh wow.
Yep. So the island has been there for some iterations, but it hasn't been named. I named it Birgot just to
Give me 1 second, Anna, because I got to fix something.
but that was a way of misleading my players. So it's because I'm basically running my version of Age of Worms. That's my Chillez campaign. Yeah. So it's a very, very different from this one, but it's Dragotha, it's Cayuse, it's Caraptis, and a bunch of others involved in this. So they're starting to gear up. So I needed the island mapped, so I have it. So it will come in my updated shield lens
All right,
version of
I'm
the
gonna
map.
bring it up real quick, and we're gonna see
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
All right, and has it
It's
been on there for a
it's
few years?
Yep,
Okay.
there's a little speck north between the Shield coast and the northwest
1 second.
part of at Walworth Isle. There is a green tiny little speck, 2 pixels in size roughly. Yep, zoom in, northwest. Yeah, zoom in. There's a little, and west of the Walworth Isle, northwest of it.
This?
That one. Yep,
Wow.
that's the island. I
Wow.
placed it there when I read the Age of Worms back in the day, so it's been placed. I haven't named it on purpose.
Holy
because,
jeez, look at that.
Yep.
Okay, well there we know. All
so,
right, cool.
Yep. So it's that's the island. So I've just modeled it and it's a detail. I made it mainly volcanic, so it's kind of a volcanic rock that juts out with a little bit of features around it and stuff. So there is not much nature on it. So it's mostly a volcanic rock that sticks up, probably about 300 feet or so up.
Yeah, Sam's right. Logue is the one who I think did the hillbilly ogres. And
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
can't remember what adventure that was.
Very cool. Well, Anna has it on the map here, and that's cool.
Mhm.
So
So it will be a good close up, so to speak, too,
excellent.
with some a little dungeon map and stuff on it as well.
So it says here, island hides the greatest repository of knowledge of an ancient cabal of druids.
Yeah,
defeated
it's
Kai's
kind of a
1500 years
nature.
ago.
Yeah, it's a fountain of dreams. So it's not like a library of books. It's more like a druidic experience, and
Right.
that's my understanding, or something. So yeah. So I need to read it again before I dive into. I just read the synopsis and stuff. I'm going to read it more again because before I maybe sending the characters that way. We'll see. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That it was done here. Did I start the giveaway?
Yeah.
I did. Okay. I'm just checking. Man, my brain is all mush after that game today. So, all right. One sec. I'm getting bombarded with messages on the side. Something interesting about this. We have in the commentary section someone from the community. Let's scroll down here. So we got this: Wing Clipper's Revenge, not Greyhawk. Caverns of the Ooze Lord, not Greyhawk, but decent. And then we come down here, and we come down here. Campaign
I
update.
think the cover picture is really good.
It is. It is. They got a very young-looking Eric Mona again, short hair.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Talking
On
about
the
stuff
going
on
here.
Yeah,
next page there's some cool at the bottom. Yeah.
Prison Mail, and let's talk.
Oh, the page after
right here.
that one.
Prison Mail. Remember the Delve. And here we go. Unlike many online Greyhawk fans, I have an interest and appreciation for the Forgotten Realms. That stretches back to when the setting existed only in Greenwood Articles and Dragon. So those were the days when fans weren't so fascist about which setting they liked and loathed. And well, this is good. I mean, so yeah, and DMs and players alike felt free to mix and match and elements. Well, I do that now. So Realms with Greyhawk, the Grand Duchy Karmikas, and homebrewed material. I enjoyed Eric Boyd's 3-part dungeon series, Vampires of Waterdeep. He talks about some other things, the excellent design of the Dungeon of the Crypt, and talks, in addition to Waterdeep Trilogy, I continue to enjoy the Age of Worms, Adventure Path, as well as Rob Kuntz's Chamber of Antiquities, Mar Castle, and Dungeon 124. While I appreciate well-created FR materials, Greyhawk remains my favorite setting, and it's great to see you supported it so well. It's also nice to see Christopher West maps of Mystery Return in 128. Love to see the rest of the Dungeon Delve maps starting in 109 and 111. Alan Growy. There you go. So it's from Alan. Very nicely done. And then a few offers bring and then there's some talk about afterwards on this. So I thought that was cool that Alan had a little post that got in here. That was neat for him.
Spread the love around.
Yeah, I try and scan through these to see if there's anyone else of note or if anyone else that I know personally, and I haven't seen any We got some adventures in here. Wing Clipper's Revenge. Christopher Whistle appears a lot in this time frame in here, and I don't know much about him either. But if any of you do, let me know. And we just got another adventure here that can be placed anywhere. I'm assuming it could be placed in Greyhawk, but it's not a Greyhawk adventure at all. It's generic, and they're really running through a lot of any location adventures at this point. A lot of them, which I'm not sure if I'm a fan of. And this one, Caverns of the Ooze Lord. Now this one is the one with Dewey Blix in it by Campbell Pentney. This one is also generic, not Greyhawk based either. So stream title is last week's. See, you guys are like, thank you. No, part 13, Age of Worms. No, it's not. That's this week's. The top thing is, wow, I thought I saved it. Oh, okay. All right. You're right. You're right up here. Watch this. Watch the magic here. See, I was a mess today. We go copy here. And now I'm going to throw, this should work. I'm going to copy the one from the front page, which is correct, Gary. Thank you. And then I go to this one here, and I click that. I click this up top here, and I hit erase it, and then I just repaste a new one here. And there we go. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. There you go. Because I am not an animal. I like the Root approach that could easily be placed in Greyhawk, but also generic and standalone. To me, there's one of the best approaches. Right. Well, so... Yeah, that XT Candy, that is a good thing, but we want at least the content to have Greyhawk flavor in it, right? Greyhawk deities. There's one coming up that's like that in these 4 episodes, right, Mike? Wouldn't you rather have something that had some little Greyhawk reference in it, adventure, and then you could like place it, even if it was generic?
Yeah, I can't say I've used too many generic adventures myself.
Not right, exactly.
Yeah.
Not too many generic adventures yourself, but so I'll give you an example of one that I think we all know that Cauldron was generic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just use all the Greyhawk deities, and they're like, oh well, I guess we'll place this somewhere.
Yeah, but I like it when the geography match, so to speak, so you
Right.
can place
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then we have on page 16 on the prison mail, we have a picture of the old miniature of Warduke.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, page 16, Warduke.
Warduke.
So
Yeah.
XT, one of the reasons Rook Roos is generic is none of us
There
can
you go.
print anything and get paid. It has to be generic. Rook Roos, Raven's Rook, it has to be a generic because he can't do it. If he does it with Greyhawk, he's stealing copyright. So
Yeah,
that-
you have to either do fan stuff and give it away like
right.
they do,
Like
or
Visions of Greyhawk.
or you file off the serial numbers and do like Carlos or like Will with
Yeah.
Raven's Rook. You rename it, you file off the serial numbers, and yeah.
Absolutely, and that's the way a lot of us do things like that, like Carlos especially. And so, so there you go.
Yep, that's a Warduke miniature from back in the day. Yeah.
Aha. So the second adventure in this as well is generic. So let's go all the way down to the third adventure here. There's and that's a big boy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, a lot of these pictures like that. So Library of Last Resort. So, and they call it the Order of the Storm, Anna. In this.
Yep, the Order of the Storm is an interesting one. It's an old part of Druidism or old faith of back 1,000 years ago, and I have the Order of the Storm coming from Molag or a precursor of the Horn Society in my campaign. So they're part of the old faith prior to migration, so to speak, and then they kind of persist through and afterwards. So I have it as part of the old Flan culture. So and Ulvain that then became Warduke in my campaign. He was part of one of the leaders and one of their biggest fighters, so to speak, in Order of the Storm. But they were mainly a druidic order. And Egworth, that is from the White Plume Mountain adventure, he was one of the hierophants of the Order of the Storm.
Oh, really? Okay.
Campaign. Yeah. I tied those things together because they happen at the same time with the same theme in the same area. So I say, instead of inventing a second druidic order, I simply say, well, he was part of the same one back then, because it's roughly the same timeline as well.
Okay.
My only big caveat with this is the map of the Tilagos Island. It's over 40 miles across, 50, 60 miles. That's
Scale.
way too big to
man.
hide away somewhere. So
Oh,
I need to
man.
make it much
Oh,
smaller,
hex.
because otherwise it's the, yeah, meaning 40 miles. We're talking about almost Walworth Isle in size, and that's so big that it will be one of the major attractions in Nurdub. It's not something you hide away in. Nurdub is not Pacific, the Pacific Ocean, so you can't hide something that big in an obscure little area in a lake, so to speak. So
Yeah, that is big.
yeah, so it's way too big, and so I'm reshaping it. I'm not sure I have the final shape yet, so I'm still working on it a bit.
I just eyeballing it. It looks like would be 2 hexes size.
Yeah.
On a Darlene map.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
insane.
exactly. It's 2 hexes on the Darlene, meaning that there's nothing of that size more than the Walworth Isle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing,
wow.
and that one is like, what is it, 3.5 hex Darlene hexes or something like that.
Yeah, that's big. Real quick,
Yeah.
Christine Van Patten's on, and I gave away these at Curtis. They'll be going out as soon as I see Bill. So from Thursday night. But note that Christine now has a special gift code for everyone from, and it's on her My Mini Factory for Moonlight Minis. Any order between now and the end of the year, December 31st, 30% off. Just use Lord Gazumba all in caps for any of her great STLs for your 3D printer. So take advantage of that. All right. Just wanted to tell you. And that was a fun one. I did do some things really crazy that night, but it was fun. It was a fun Halloween one. And thank you so very much, Christine. Yeah, because look, you have it like this, and this is... Yeah,
I
mean,
I have another little island near the Shieldlands there too, but
yeah, this one here,
so close to the coast. Yeah, it's so close to the coast. So, but of course we can invent another island, but it's kind of 40 miles, meaning that's half the size of the Walworth Isle. So it's so big that it couldn't have been hidden away in some remote corner. Yeah.
Sink it like all the other isles, right?
Exactly. We make it disappear and then come back again as needed or something.
So here's my question, though, Anna. Alhaster plays a big role in the next couple of adventures. Shouldn't this be over here, this island, closer to Alhaster?
Might be, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure where we can put it somewhere, but yeah.
I think that's the case, but let's take a look through here and see if we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So and it's always,
By the way, I ran all these adventures, but I don't remember anything about them.
So you can't place the island where you want it to be? Yeah.
No, I don't even remember.
Wow.
Dealing with this sizable island discrepancy.
That's funny. But
yeah. Well, maybe it's not that important. We can skip it out or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But look at this. You start at 16th level. And you should go through 17th and 18th and get to 18th at the end of this. And that's pretty gross.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, and this is 3.5 at this point. So it's talking about the adventure background here, and it says the Order of the Storm defeated Caius and his undead legions, forcing him to retreat to his nighted prison and averting the Age of Worms in their time. Yet this battle was not without cost. The Druids waged a bitter war against the Worm God's wrathing spawn. Dragotha was around then, so most of the order was killed, and so the Druids fled with their prize to a fortress nestled in the Rift Canyon. The order secured the phylactery in a special vault to forever keep it from Dragotha and his minions. So there you go. So we got some good background information here, and it tells you. And Lashana's been in it earlier, and she's got a manor house in Alhaster, and that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's where a lot of this takes place. You even get the map, right? There's an Alhaster map
Yeah.
That
There's a redeeming feature of this island. It's no longer in Nirdub. They moved it somewhere. They took it to some pocket plane somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's the redeeming feature when you read the adventure.
We have the Alhaster map.
Yeah.
All right. So So there you go.
Yeah.
2 page. You know, that
so
came.
we can. That's good. It's now hidden away somewhere. So yeah.
All right. So at the end of the previous adventure, the Prince of Red Hand, the PCs managed to finally meet with Lashana. So Prince of Red Hand is Zeech, right? Is that correct?
It was Siege, yeah.
Yeah.
Siege and Lashana, his consort, the Silver Dragon Vampire, Dragotha minion.
Yeah.
Cayuse, kind of, Age of Worms, or Worms, Major Worms villain. We're talking 3rd edition here, so you can go off on the on a lot of weird tangents.
Yeah, and it tells you that Lashana's statistics here are not going to appear until Dungeon 135. So suck it. And you can. Yeah, but before consult pages 196, 197 of Draconomicon for rules on creating vampiric dragons. So there you go. A little hint there.
Vampire dragons could be fun, though. Yeah.
Well, yes. But once again, we're dealing with crazy levels here. 16th, 17th, 18th is nuts. Absolutely nuts.
We haven't even gone epic yet.
So part 1, the Silver Sorceress, Lashana's Manor, not King Zeech's is now Haster. So there you go. And, she's going to send you on this mission. Yes, and she's everyone's bad in this. There's no good people in all of this entire campaign, as far as I'm aware.
It's kind of despicable in a lot of sense. Yeah.
So there's some questions you can ask. Yeah, you're an evil dragon vampire. Why should we trust you? What I am shouldn't matter. Yes. Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine me doing an adventure for Vampire Thrommel? Come on. Ain't gonna happen, but
well, you never know. We might give you enough money on a fundraiser or something for that to happen in the future. So, what if $100,000 come around?
Yeah, well, if $100,000 come around, I'll do worse than that. So,
see, that's
for the fundraiser. Yeah, absolutely.
If we could make bribe you to do it.
That much money for St. Jude. Yeah.
But there's another interesting villain in this adventure. I think is a little bit cool from a Greyhawk perspective. And that's the Lich Lord Darl Quethos. He's like a Vecna Suel something Lich.
Okay.
That seems to be cool, that is doing research and after things. And he could be useful. I think that's something you can look into, having him as some sort of outside villain doing things, or someone who is poking around or something like that. If you want a distraction that could be interesting, you can look into using him, I think.
The location is exact on here, by the way, getting to Tilagos Island right here. The route, it says the island itself is located about 20 miles from northern shore of the Lake of Unknown Depths, 20 down, and at 100 to the west of Alhaster. So that's
that's roughly where I put it.
Oh, well, then there you go. All right, well, then that's where it belongs.
Yep.
But 40 miles across is just,
Yeah, but it's so big that you can almost walk from the mainland to Walworth Isle, because it's the island. It's more than 40 miles long, and the distance between the mainland and Walworth Isle is not much. It's not much more than 40 miles. So it's ridiculously oversized.
Well, yeah, why did they make it so big? I guess they just messed up.
It's because they don't even the one that wrote the adventure did the map. Didn't look at the Greyhawk map. It was not part of the art order. They'd say make an island that looks like this and have these features. So he just put that in. No one checked it. That's my theory of it. But, one hand didn't know what the other one was doing.
I like this.
And it has a 5-mile storm around it at all times.
Yeah.
So
So now we have a storm there.
So if you had a 40-mile long thing and a 5-mile storm around it, man, there's no way no one's not going to see that.
Exactly, meaning that blocks half the lake. Meaning the lake is not more than 200 miles from, or 250 miles from one end to the other. So yeah.
We got this cool maze of menhirs. That's kind of neat. I like mazes.
I'm going to check now in QGIS and see how long the distance actually is between the island, and so we can get the measurement here. So yeah.
Got a shipwreck for you there, Troy, with orcs that are super high level. Here's an orc fighter, 16th level with 124 hit points. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a lesser ready map, so it's beautiful and so on. It's just the underground, the background research that someone didn't give him the right facts, or someone didn't coordinate that in the art order.
There seems to be an easy fix here, though.
Yeah.
Because it says that the island's interior, this is on part 2, is brutally torn free from the material plane 1,500 years ago by the Druids, I guess, and hidden in a demiplane of its own. Well, it's easy. Just make the entire island a fading land.
So we can it's like it's not sunk, it's gone. So so that way we'll solve it. So now I'm just curious here.
It just doesn't make sense where it was placed, where they said, because it's so close to all the action here of all the wars going on.
The distance from the coast to the Walworth Isle is 40 miles.
Right.
Now, historically, though, if all this went on 1,500 years ago, and the Brainiacs check me on this, that would pretty close to the Isles of Woe era.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
Not so the other will probably but roughly.
Yeah.
So
it may have been part of that.
We can make it part of the Isle of Woe.
Yes.
Yeah, and put it south of and say that it's done there. So
you have this whole open area here too, near, what I mean? It's just, you got large swaths of area.
We kind of, but now we got the direction. So I'm going to keep that little speck and say that's the remnant of whatever. So leave a little bit. It's like the Santorini in the Greece, that the thing blew up. It was taken to another dimension, and here are the leftovers or something. So
Very cool, Anna.
Yep.
So that's good.
I think that it was the Isles of Woe were probably a bit earlier. That's my guess.
From a design standpoint, Nicholas Logue, who's probably not as versed in Greyhawk as maybe some of the other writers on Age of Worms, felt the need to create a whole new island to set his chapter of the adventure in. Yeah. Where some of the other set pieces were set in other parts of the central Atlantis. And they let that go through. Okay, let's create a new island.
And if you don't do the calculations and look at the maps that much, then Nirduv is big enough. You can hide something away in some corner, and I think I'm the first one to ever criticize that part. So of all the thousands of people that have done this adventure, I don't think anyone criticized that part. I'm the one overthinking this. So yeah.
You just think Sam thinks the scale's wrong.
Exactly. That's what I think too. Yeah.
And then
instead of 40 miles, we can make it 4 miles. Yeah, we can make it 4 miles, and then we can get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that would change the feel of the adventure, would it?
We need a forest and some mountains, and there's a rock living on top, and
some other stuff. Do some exploration on the island, or do they just go?
Here's the map.
Yeah, there's the map. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
That is big.
Yeah, exactly. That is big.
Holy shit.
Yep, that's really big.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Wah. You got one of these. Yep. You got one of these things going on where
Yep.
All right.
So we can say it's a good thing to bunch them up with the Yellow Woe and say it's part of the same story or something, or
I think it's close
geographically. Yeah.
I like in these tide pools, advanced octopus tree. I've never heard of that before.
An octopus tree?
Yeah, an advanced octopus tree. It can swallow whole. Yeah.
We have a rock king too, a CR16 bird. Yeah. A colossal bird. Yeah.
I
with
was
486 hit points. Yep.
I was still on page 66,
Yeah.
looking at these orc pirates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty nasty.
The leader of the orc pirates,
16th
I
level.
think he could vie for the most powerful orc in Greyhawk.
Yeah, this is the creep. This is the level creep thing.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
yeah. It's inflation. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's a tough. I think I've had a CR16 orc somewhere equivalent, but those are rare. I think 13 is the highest I can remember, but maybe I had something that was a
That
little
XT.
bit
That's what we're
cheaper.
talking about. The Isles of Woe are all sunk, right? So that's the whole
Yeah.
point of this whole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But this one
yeah.
was ripped into a demi-plane, so
Right.
so it kind of gone too. So yeah.
This is the problem, and this is just a generalization comment by me with publishing super high level adventures in any setting. I'm not talking about just Greyhawk, in any setting, because you usually are doing something that's going to change the world, right?
Mhm.
And this, you get to this point, like Mike just said, you got a 16th level orc fighter who's a pirate roaming about. I mean, that's
Bushmark
insane.
couldn't be much higher than that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
he's like Turushmak of the New Dove. He
Right,
might rule
exactly.
the Rene and
so-
whatever.
oh, thanks,
so, yeah.
Patrick. So you got your issues
Yeah.
with power creep on super high level
Yeah.
adventures.
And also how it fits into the overall story of the
Right.
setting. It's kind of it's tricky to not screw
Yeah, it's
things
very
up.
tricky.
Yeah,
Kenku.
that's a really good illustration.
It
of
is.
Kenku.
Yeah, it is.
I remember
it looks,
the Kenku because that's something you don't use all the time.
Yeah,
So I do remember that guy being a pest.
yeah.
Yeah, just Moose. It gets worse. We got 3 more. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see beyond this one. So
Yeah.
we're gonna move on here. Part 3, the Talagos trials. So Mike doesn't remember much about what happened here, but I guess you have to go through a series of trials here to get what you need. And there's the island again.
Yeah, you're going there for one object, and I think the adventure inadvertently will drop something even better in your lap. But
Yeah.
I'm
But I
getting ahead
still-
of myself.
Yeah. I still like Darl Quethos, CR18 cleric of Vecna. He's kind of cool.
Pretty good.
So you got
Yes,
a bullet here.
Implosion spell. That is kind of wow.
A Garalan behemoth. That's a multi-armed. That's almost like King Kong is on this island with multi-arms. That's what, right?
It explains the scale of this island.
Yeah.
Then
Is it almost like Isle of Dread almost?
Yeah, something.
so
Yeah.
Nicholas Logue had some idea of, he wanted to do his King Kong overture, right?
Right.
But
Mhm.
obviously they wanted to keep the adventure focused around the central lake and that region. It
Yeah.
never really leaves Rift Canyon to say Greyhawk, right? It's all in the
Okay.
bounds, I think.
And they have a Giralan behemoth.
That's what we're talking
that
about.
is
That's King Kong.
CR17.
It's King Kong.
Tilagos Bullet, that is 16.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Come on, this is crazy.
The
And the
Golden Belt.
Gargoyle Minions, there are CR12, and there are 6 of them.
That thing, if there was a behemoth Gorillon on the island, that thing would be working for hours.
300 hit points.
Yeah. The Gargoyles are 203 hit points each, and that's not too bad.
So Sam Weiss says it could work with the Isles of Woe because they sank roughly 1,200 years ago. It's
Oh,
close.
okay. Yeah.
First trial, the
Good.
Golden Belt. Here
Yeah.
at the keep of the Shackled Conqueror. And here we go. Yeah, and this is Kranthanos the Shackled Conqueror. Chaotic Evil Titan, 370 hit points.
Oh, there we go.
That hurts. Second
Yep.
trial, the Mournful Song, an Ancient Night Twist, whatever that is. 412 hit points.
Yep.
Oh my
we're
gosh.
a long way from old school now.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh. Third
Well,
trial,
maybe
Nightmare
it's-
Veil.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Look at that. Jeez.
Yep.
So everything's gargantuan on this island.
Yeah, including the island.
See, if you all saw the game Thursday night where I made it basically a shit golem, Okay, let's be honest. It was a clay golem, but it was made out of crap. I would have put Sleestack on this island. That's what I would have done. I would have made this freaking Land of the Lost. That's what I would have done. With what was that thing that she had following her around? I would have had that on here, and it would have been funny. So, yeah.
I think I remember this
Nightmare.
one
Nightmare Beast.
Nightmare Beast. Yeah. You see, back in 3.5, there were some builds that you could do, and a fighter or berserker could theoretically kill that thing in one shot.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, 3.5 was nuts.
300 points of damage.
I had
secret.
characters in Pathfinder Organized
Yeah.
Play that could do 300 points in a round. If
God
a couple of crits, 5 attacks and a couple of crits, and yeah.
Here's the Rock King, 486 hit points.
Yep. Yeah, we bested a giant king of some sort. He had like 900 hit points or 1,000 hit points, and we killed him off in 2 or 3 rounds. Yeah. Yeah.
Hand of the Lich Lord. Here we go. EL20. Is this the extra thing you're talking about, Mike? Or is this what they're supposed to get fined?
Yeah.
The Hand of the Lich Lord.
5e is not that bad, but you have big numbers in 5e
Darl
too.
Quethos has it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's some.
I like the picture. It's cool looking.
Yeah.
Pretty badass. I believe I had him escape my players in this adventure.
Okay.
You just don't want his loot falling into their hands.
Right. 18-level Clark of Vecna, Sauna said.
Yeah.
Possession, a Hand of Vecna, Heavy Mace. Yeah. Wow, they don't shy away from things. There's like 6 artifacts.
We all know Joe Manganiello has the Hand of Vecna now. Just kidding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So
Quithos
don't give him the eye. He might be dangerous. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm in one of those moods. All right. So, and here's an Efreet who I guess is his buddy. Wow.
They should have called this the age of stat blocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is really crazy on the power on this stuff. Holy jeez.
Yeah,
I would not want to have to write this. I would not have to.
No,
I've never. I'm going to be flat out honest, all right, and maybe you all laugh at me. I have never had any of my character groups fight anything that as nasty as this adventure, and we're 4 adventures away from the finale of this.
We played back in 3rd edition. We played some weird stuff and piled on. Yeah, piled on stuff
15.
that was
Look
really.
Darl's 2 henchmen.
Yeah, the monks.
Tiefling monks.
Nasty. And they're 15th, so they're both the original Grandmasters.
Yeah.
Part 4 of the Fountain of Dreams. All right, well, hey, whatever. Cliffs of the Rift Canyon. So this is the Rift Canyon. I guess you leave and you go to the Rift Canyon from here. All right, and wow. Nasty.
But they have a boneyard of Cayuse.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cayuse. Yeah, boneyard of Cayuse. That. Ooh, yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lord Forth, if you missed it, Thursday, it did have a breath weapon. It was really good. It was Cornholio's, the great Cornholio's like buddy. His name was Mikey. He likes it. That was a lot of jokes.
Boneyards in Libris Mortis, apparently.
Is it in Libris Mortis?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like that idea.
There is a bone ooze in some other too that is really.
Yeah. I guess that's this picture here.
Cool. Yeah, that might be. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Boneyard of Cayuse. I actually like this. So it's in Liber Mortis, and they have the page number here too, which is good. Young adult red dragon skeletons are in here.
1d3 + 1 young adult red dragon skeletons.
Yeah. See, there you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's very cool.
Just keeps coming.
But I like the boneyard idea itself. It's a good place to just have someone come across and they want to cleanse the area.
Oh yeah,
just an adventure in itself.
Yeah. And there's several of these myths or legends about old Flan necropolises in the area. So there's a lot of lore surrounding similar stuff. So there's a lot of cool things you can do things with. So yeah.
Uh-oh. Is Curtis on yet? I don't want to make fun of him, but his Niners lost again. That's not good. So, the Chiefs lost to the Broncos. I'm sorry, I'm footballing it right now. Wow. All right, so the Wild Watcher, I guess, sounds like someone who at least is not evil here, right? The always neutral medium fey that I guess you deal with at the end of this. So the Fountain of Dreams, and then you're going to move on. Let's scan through this pretty quickly here.
This illustration, Watcher? He looks so cool.
I think that's the Wild Watcher. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks awesome. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wild Watcher. Yep.
Thanks, Alex. I didn't know that. Yep, Wild Watcher.
I like the staff or whatever, that weapon, spear, whatever you can call it. It looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is actually. Let's see if we can find it in here. Under my gosh, I'm
Wild
so
Watcher. It's probably
here it is. Plus 5 shocking burst spear.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting. All right. Nicholas Logue is a monk, thespian, freelance writer based on the wild island of Oahu. So he's all right, cool.
So another design choice here, because again, they're trying to keep the whole focus of the adventure path centrally located. You go through this adventure, and then spoiler, it leads you to where the next location to hunt, and it's not that far away. Like if the Druids were trying to hide something, they could have gone a lot farther away than
40 miles
than
away.
Here. Yeah. Just like a little hop, skip, and jump to the next adventure.
Yeah, but sometimes arrogance gets the better of you, right?
Yeah.
Could be.
We all know Druids can
they
go from tree to tree.
Exactly. They can go at least where there's natural world. They can go anywhere. So they could have put it up the north coast somewhere or somewhere.
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, stylistically, I liked that Library of the Last Resort, and I liked.
I like the idea. It's just that they kind of took it a little bit too far. But
it's definitely a vehicle to fight some big monsters on an isolated island.
But if you tie it into the Isles of Woe, that is one of these disappeared isles and stuff, then it makes sense, so to speak.
And none of that would have made a difference to my players back in the day. They know the city Greyhawk. They know, the Bandit Kingdoms, but they don't know much about the history, that deep history. And so for me, it was probably just, I probably had a little insignificant island like you suggested.
I'm torturing my players. We have had 4 sessions, no combat, just lore. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So this next adventure by Greg Vaughan, who has done a lot of great stuff over the years, Kings of the Rift, makes it so no one will ever want to go into the Rift Canyon ever, with how nasty this stuff is.
So this is actually set in the Rift, or.
And then here, Nicholas Logue here has got another one here for that's a generic one. So, and there's 2 other generic ones. I thought I ran this, but maybe not. Ilmay Graves.
I couldn't find my issue of that.
This one?
Yeah, I couldn't find that.
Lovable Losers from Eric.
Now this adventure I do remember running.
Oh, good.
Kings of the Rift is pretty neat.
All right, cool. So you can give us a nice synopsis of what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
All right, well, here we go. Chimes at midnight, another, and this one's first through third, and it's an Eberron. It's actually Eberron. It says an Eberron campaign setting. All right, well, there you go. You have an Eberron game in this one first.
They have a cute rust monsters from the editor page. I like that one. It looks awesome.
Let's go through this real quick here. And let's just see. I'll give them one thing. They're only putting 3 adventures in. They're all pretty long. Ilmay Graves by Kevin Carter. 6 to 12th. And let's see if this one says.
Sounds familiar. Is that a piratey adventure?
It says this adventure can be easily adapted on any Viking clan style campaign world.
Viking, that's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I might have done a blog post on this.
Yeah, can we up in the barbarians or
yeah, I mean this is something that you could probably place somewhere up Barbarian Stonefist.
Yeah.
I mean
that's Ice. I think it's Ice Barbarians.
Yeah. So, mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if
That's-
this is set in Greyhawk specifically.
Oh, I think it is.
It is?
I think it is.
Okay.
It's a.
Let me take a look. Oh wait,
Yeah.
wait! I saw I
Back
saw
it up.
Frost Barbarians real quick. I thought I saw that. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there
this-
it is.
Just has
Mike,
some history in it.
Ice Barbarians.
Yep. Mhm.
Good catch, Mike. So this is
Awesome.
Greyhawk.
I think it's set near Jekyll.
Very cool.
Has something to do with like a
ICC,
king or
there
a
it is, yeah.
funeral and a dragon. Some kind of
Did you run this?
Beowulf-like story. No, I think I did a blog
You
post.
did a blog
on it.
post on it. Oh, very cool. Excellent. If you can find that blog post, please link it. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome,
well,
Mike.
Let's see.
All right. Well, good. So we have a barbarian adventure here then for Greyhawk based. This is 133. Dungeon 133. So you have a pyre set, and then from there, and so there's frost barbarians and ice barbarians in this, which is cool. There is a dragon's lair.
And this is a low-level adventure. You have
I think it's-
CR5 and 6 and stuff.
Oh, is
so-
it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the monsters are CR5, 6, and
Giant crows.
2.
Okay,
So,
that
yeah.
was easy. I found that.
Yeah. Awesome.
So it is adapted from Beowulf.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a story about adaptive Beowulf. All right,
And
look at
then
that.
set in
2020. It wasn't that long ago. Greyhawk Barbarians
damn.
Campaigns and Adventures. Very cool. Awesome.
Yep.
I'm going to ask a
Yeah.
question to Sam because I don't think that Rich is on. Is this in the articles for Greyhawk Adventures in Cannon Fire? Is this linked? Can someone let me know? Because if it's not, it should be. All right. What's up, Jeff? It looks like a. This looks like a red dragon. Sea tigers. Yeah, cool, man. Thank you. All right, and there's a lot of fire in here. Fire elementals, all sorts of stuff. So, if you return victorious within 1 month of the funeral, Bowenwar and his kin thank the party with a hasty but extensive feast.
Yeah, so I have not ran this. I
Okay.
used to run a Ice Barbarian campaign, but that was before any of this stuff got published.
Okay.
It would have been nice to have that.
This adventure
Yeah.
was inspired by the Epic of Beowulf, The Lord of the Rings, and The Dungeon Master's Guide, arguably the 3 greatest works in the English language. Nice from Kevin Carr. Very cool. So there you go. And it appears that you have to slay a dragon after the death of a renowned person. So cool. So we have a Greyhawk 1. I see. The thing that bothers me is that they don't specifically say Greyhawk, but adaptable. It just says
Yeah.
any setting.
But I think it's great that guy, slipped one in there.
All right, so it's on the adventure map of Cannon Fire, so it's set. It's in there already. That's good.
It's also a dragon that I'm sure we overlooked in our dragon episodes on Legends.
Oh, 100%, Mike. 100%.
Yep.
All of us did on that. All right, so from
Cool
that
tradition too. Yep.
we go to here we go. Oh,
He's on the adventure map. Right.
Kings of the Rift.
Yep.
18th level characters. Adventure background. The Age of Worms draws nigh. After several centuries of deathless slumber, the undead dragon Jargotha has emerged from hiding and returned to Wormcrawl Fissure. Tells you about the background 1,500 years ago. And now you know where his phylactery is hidden. The PCs arrive at Kongen Tholner not long after a flight of dragons sent by Jargotha lays siege to the ruined city. Mike, what do you remember about this? He's going to look. Oh, there it is. Kongen Tholner, City of Kings. Is this on the map, Anna?
Kongen Thulnir. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Kongen Thulnir. Yeah. It's kind of
I see
that's pseudo Norse or pseudo Scandinavian, Swedish, Norwegian. Yeah. Yeah. Kongen Thulnir. Yeah. Kongen is a nickname of the king. so to speak.
Oh,
They
okay.
say Kongen. They said it in Gothenburg. That's Gothenburg is for the king, in Gothenburg slang, and Thulnir sounds like Thor's hammer or something like that. It's
Oh, okay.
like a variant of that. So yeah.
Mjolnir.
So I get where they got the name from, so to speak. It's kind of cool. It's a derivation from
What's
play
that
with
symbol
words.
right there, Anna, attached to
That's
it
a
here?
giant symbol. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Giant. Yep. Yep.
So, very cool. Mike, what are your remembrances on this?
I remember it's a city built into the side
Yeah. There's a
of
map.
the Rift Canyon, and I remember that you're not. I can't remember if there's still giants there because most of the adventure, I think, centers around dragons attacking the city.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still
Uh,
giants here. 12.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I
König.
think
Yep.
in the abbreviated manner that I ran it, they weren't at odds with any giants. They were
Okay.
mainly trying to stave off the forces of Jagotha or whatever was going on. I just remember it being this rolling combat where falling would have been fatal.
Yeah, and looks like there's some
Yeah.
bridges. There's some bridges across. Ugh,
Mhm.
scary.
And now we're talking high level stuff. It's CR 18, 19, 20. And you have Vermirox, male old blue dragon. And then we have a male worm fang dragon. That's an interesting one.
Never used one.
Well, here's one. Brazamel the Burning.
Yeah, that's where it got serious.
Brassimal is another one that's been
527
around
hit
before.
points.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're already dealing with all this stuff, and then they bring in Brazamol.
Now I need to figure out what a fang dragon is. Now I'm getting curious here. So yeah.
Let's take a look here.
I think
Anyone has
it's
a link of fang dragons? Yeah.
If I'm remembering right,
Dragonomicon 159.
might be a flightless dragon that's just really good at biting.
Thanks, Herman. Also, here's Necrosite, female old fiendish green dragon.
Yeah.
Fiendish. Yeah, that was popular back then.
I still use that. Yep.
Yeah, so it was just like this really big siege of, and the dragons are coming from different points, and players were having to.
I think that's the green dragon right there in that
fight,
picture.
Yeah.
And negotiate their way through this one. Oh, it's a gray dragon?
Green. I just think it's
Let's
the color of that.
have...
Yeah, here you go. A male Spriggan, favorite of Caius. 14. He's got 12 thief levels and 2 bard. Oh, so Fang Dragon's a gray dragon. All right, that's interesting. So it's a green. So it's a green dragon with gray dragon abilities. Got it. Interesting. Wow. Oh my gosh. Vermirox, a blue dragon. Zythanthe, whaleworm fang dragon. That's a worm, so that's not a flying one, right? Worms. Oh my god. So there's there's dragons everywhere in this thing.
Yeah.
Where's the damn phylactery?
Yeah, Fang Dragon is a flying one that looks kind of really nasty. It looks really cool. Yeah.
All right, so forgot
a lot of bony plates and stuff. So yeah.
Part of
they fly poorly, but can rise with a single clap of the wings to launch forward. Yep.
There's a carrion pit beneath.
And they are they're chaotic neutral according to 3.5 rules.
Why even throw troglodytes with 13 hit points in here? That's funny.
Yeah, and Fang Dragons are masters of physical combat, so way more than. Do they have a breath weapon?
So this is going through. This is going through it. What? So, 19th level dwarf rogue. Ugh. +3.
They don't seem to have a breath weapon. Yes, they do have a breath weapon.
All right, so this carrion area, look at this, the colossal aberration carrion crawler mother worm. That's pretty gross.
Yes. I oh, sorry, I do remember that because
Oh my God.
the players were really scared of that
Yeah.
and paralyzed by that.
Yeah, the Fang Dragons doesn't seem to have a conventional breath weapon, but their bite is ability draining.
Great.
Yeah.
But it wasn't ability drain's not permanent though in third, right?
I think you need a restoration or something like that.
Oh, well, then it is permanent.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need
Well, yeah, it's
restoration.
not damage that you heal, it's drain. So I think you need to.
I think it wasn't like after 24 hours or something.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
All right,
You know,
so
yeah.
this carrion crawler has 623 hit points.
Yes.
Yeah, there
Remember
are
me
some big
earlier
ones.
telling you
Yeah.
about these guys like one-shotting monsters? They couldn't kill that one, I recall. They ran from that.
Really?
Yes.
The mother worm,
Which
yeah.
which doesn't happen very often. And it's because of the number of attacks it has and the paralysis.
Yeah, I'm looking here
Yeah.
and wow.
Yeah, that's
8
not.
tentacles, yeah.
Yeah, that's just something
Almost
there.
carrion crawlers have
Plus
8.
paralysis.
But
yeah,
eight
plus
at
bite.
43 hit dice, not at
Yeah.
3 hit dice or a regular one.
Yeah.
43 hit
Yeah.
dice.
Plus 30 to hit, and plus paralysis and a bite plus 25.
You probably
so-
hit on everything but 2s.
This thing's been feeding on giants.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And acid ray at a ranged attack.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't
Yeah.
want to come near me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he can power
15
attack.
die 6.
That thing's a kaiju for sure.
Yeah, it is. That's it. It's a level 5.
And it has blind fight, cleave, great fortitude, improved critical, improved initiative, improved a bunch of other stuff.
By the way,
wow.
speaking of kaiju, does anyone see on Netflix they have a post the movies one with these kids and the kaijus, and it's in Australia. Anyone see that? It was actually pretty good. They had a level 6 kaiju on it.
I just started to watch The Witcher the last season, so yeah.
Yeah, Lourdes, it was good, wasn't it? I thought it was good. All right, so there you go. So
if it behaves like any other carrion crawler, though, it
Yeah.
should just feed off of all the other monsters players are
Mhm.
slaughtering.
I
Right?
guess it just don't mess with it, and I think it's
Yeah.
okay as long as it has
Yeah.
food and you don't mess with it. It will not
It's-
attack you. Yeah,
It's a distraction.
but now I know what kind of boss monster I can put in my campaign at the end.
I hope Rich is not watching this.
Yeah. It was animated, Amy, so that's why I think they went with it. And it was 2 seasons, I think. It wasn't just 1 season, it was like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
All right, the Citadel of Weeping Dragons.
Yeah. I
So,
like the. Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, that's okay. Stands bastion of the giants against all dragonkind, the home of Tiamal, Null, Shada, the hunters of Tiamat's children.
Mhm.
Wow. Interesting.
I like these that come on the next page. The dungeon maps of it are really, really cool. They have isometric cutouts.
That's the biggest gelatinous cube I've ever seen. It's 420 hit points.
Yeah, it's a gargantuan gelatinous cube.
Imagine that in the movie.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, so this is
See,
cool.
we thought Doom Grinder was bad. If all these kaiju monsters like got loose and converged on the city girl,
Yeah.
it could be doomed.
Can you imagine if they'd done Doom Grinder in 3rd edition?
Oh my
What an
gosh.
overkill we would have
Probably.
had then.
Yeah.
Maybe there's not always room for Jello. That's funny, Sam.
Hey,
Yeah. All right. Well, this is a
wow.
cool. This is a cool Ravenloft style map.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
neat.
Hmm.
A review. Yeah. It's neat the way this is done. It's done very well. I like it. I like the maps.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So what are you gonna do? You gotta fight your way through this and fight all the giants here, Mike, or did you barter with them or talk to them? Or...
I do not recall
Okay.
fighting. I'm not saying they didn't. I just only recall the dragon fight.
Yeah, you have Kagru, the Thunder Smiter.
When you're that high level and you're getting down to the last few issues, I think I was trying to run these faster. I was probably cutting a lot of corners.
Right, because also if you run these the way they're
Yeah.
meant to be, you're talking about weeks for each, right?
Yeah.
And you're probably like, oh my gosh, I just want to get this done at this point.
Yeah, the combat can take forever. Yeah.
Amy, that sounded awfully naughty there, what you, which is fine. It's funny. So,
That's the jingle.
Oh, that's awesome.
so if you want to watch it wiggle, see the jiggle, just
Yeah.
watch Thursday night when I have Darling, Bones, Little Bird, and Heather Hex on. Okay, you want all that, you're gonna get it. So, yeah, Chamber of the Heart Keeper, Cargo Thunder Smiter. There you go. Who's got Dragonstalker class in it, which I don't even know what that did in 3rd edition. So, yeah, interesting. All right. I thought that this guy said. I thought they named him Vercingetorix when I first saw this, and I thought I was starting to laugh.
Yeah.
But it's close. Vercingetorix Tor.
Yeah. I think it come. We know where inspiration came from.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the picture too looks just like the statue of Vercingetorix.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you got to type. I'm old schooling it here. You got to type 5 demon and Marilith here.
Yeah, we have a Vercingetorix Tor.
Yep.
Another male frost giant sorcerer, CR 18.
Very cool. So we're still looking for the phylactery. Phylactery Vault. There it is. Woohoo!
Yep.
We're close.
Yep.
There it is. Dragotha's phylactery.
Yeah.
How often do you get to touch a phylactery in Greyhawk? I mean, where's Iuse's, right? Or the Soul Husk.
Oh, I know where I use phylactery is in my campaign, and Dragotha's phylactery is already participated in my campaign, some degree, some parts of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that kind of an obvious looking phylactery?
This one is kind of, yeah.
Well, what does a phylactery look like?
I don't know. I
It
mean,
can
after
look like anything in that sense.
after seeing Harry Potter with the Horcruxes,
they were anything.
I feel it could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
Harry
it
Potter
brings
wasn't
out the
around back
burning.
then when this was done.
Yeah.
So.
And it looks so cool. He has rings on his fingers.
You carry it around for a bit? Oh my gosh. Oh, I just have this here.
Yeah.
That was Brassmel burning.
So as I recall
Rings.
running
Look at all the
this,
rings
I
he's
don't
got
know
on.
if it's how the adventure is set up, but I recall having Brazimal like ordering the other dragons around,
Right.
and to attack this and do that, and the players were really mad at Brazimal, but Brazimal would never like directly get involved, and there's a lot of taunting going on.
These things were cool. I like the ROMs. I read this earlier and I really like them. And so here's Brazimal. 527. So we still have the biggest thing in this is the carrion crawler. Remember that. So yes, a dragon wearing a ring of dragon control would be kind of cool. Let me see if we can figure out what the rings are that it had on. My gosh, 3rd edition thing. Spell storing, cold resistance, that makes sense. And there was a 3rd ring it was wearing, but it must have been.
Yeah.
Okay, and then these ROMs. This massive giant has iron gray skin that looks as dry weathered as Desert Peak. Yeah, these are kind of cool. So they look almost undead, but they're not. They got a necromantic menace to them. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, pretty cool looking
Rom. Yep.
picture.
Mhm.
All right. ROMs are melancholy and serve to preserve the traditions of old. What did Carmen say? Wasn't Brazimal the Red Dragon in G3? Was he?
I think he was, if I remember correctly. The
Yeah.
name Brazimal had been around before.
Yeah.
So that assumes he gets away.
Brazimal shouldn't even be in this area.
Oh.
But
Right.
he relocated from the Crystal Mist over
Yeah,
here. It was a cool
exactly.
name, so they kept him.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks.
It's like
Sam.
you're already trying to take out Dragotha, and then you throw Brazimal on top of it. So it's like
Yeah.
they're really up in the stakes.
Now, is that an
constantly.
ode to G3 or is that That's got to be an ode to G3 to use that name. That's the only thing I can think.
Oh, yeah, that's why I think they liked the name so much they kept him.
Maybe
That's
it's a
my
son.
guess. Yeah. But will dragons live for a millennium? So that could, age-wise, it will make perfect sense. Meaning, come on, you can have the same dragon
Thanks,
be
Norker.
around for basically the whole of Greyhawk history.
Yeah.
From meaning a dragon could have been young and still powerful even during the twin cataclysm, because it's not like 700-800 years ago. So you can have the same dragon be part of the history since then and still be alive and kicking.
So I want to point something out here that Greg writes, he said he thanks people, Richard Pett, Ted Albert, Eric. And then he also says here, finally, thanks to Christopher Whistle for his inspiration for the history of Alhaster land, which he first revealed on the Paizo message boards.
Yeah.
Hail to the Were Platypus. So it sounds like back then the chat, if you were involved in the chat, you had a shot at like participating in this, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I recall him now.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to keep up with those back in the day.
Yeah.
That's pretty disgusting. The marathon, and then you got some more stuff by Monty Cook.
I remember one of these dragons. It was the previous in 132 had an ad for Fantasy Grounds. One of the earliest
first
ads
time
for Fantasy Grounds. Yep. Back when it came out, it actually came out a couple of years earlier, but that was the early days of Fantasy Grounds when it was still a company, bunch of Finnish guys that started it. Yeah.
And now for something different.
Yeah.
You have. Well, you know who you're going to fight next, and it's not even the final adventure. Right? Shadow. You're in the worm crawl fissure.
Yep.
And it's a cool picture.
Yep.
But who doesn't? So who doesn't have who has the Dragotha permanently destroyed in their campaign?
Not me.
I
She's
don't.
still around.
Still around.
Oh yeah, she's in my campaign, but she is more of a Draco demi-lich than a lich, because she's so old now that she's
this is James
more
Jacobs.
of a demi-lich than a lich.
I think they have Dragotha as a he in this. Am I correct?
I think yeah, but I like my biggest nastiest dragons are female, so Dragotha, and I also think the name sounds more female to me. So she's nastier than male dragon, so she's a female dragon. But Moxlik is a male dragon, and he is one of the nasty ones too.
It's a casualty. The only way to get the Savage Tide is to get all the dungeons. Sorry, it sucks. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, Dragotha I will not kill her off easily, so to speak. She will linger for quite some time, I think. Yeah.
So Lee, not necessarily. So it depends on what edition you're playing.
Yeah.
When you were in old school, well, they definitely didn't. They were like stuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In my thing too, they become less directly powerful, but more indirectly powerful, meaning they get a weaker stat block, but they can influence way bigger and they get really, really nasty in a lot of ways. So a Draco demi-lich is damn nasty. Yeah.
Okay, here we go into the worm crawl fissure. I don't think either of these adventures that are attached as well. Let me see, make sure we don't miss anyone in the prison mail. And
then we when it comes to Dragotha, we have to put Caius in the mix there too.
Oh, isn't Caius? Caius is in the next adventure, correct? In the final,
yeah. Because Dragotha was a servant of Caius, so it's kind of a real mess of stuff. Yeah.
Eric's letter from the editor was pretty neat, talking about how his childhood friend here from Minnesota, played D&D.
Oh, Joel Bergstrom,
and then he ran into him later on, like he hadn't played D&D in 15 years, and he suggested using Dragotha in this adventure path, and it's just like,
oh, okay,
yep,
eureka,
yep,
and just the nostalgia of it all.
And now it says a few years back while visiting my folks in Minnesota, he lives in Minnesota again.
Yeah, we moved back home. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Major.
Good catch on that. Hey, Major. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to make sure we don't have any names that we know in these letters. Didn't see any. Trent Rivers, Troy Taylor, don't know. Daniel Ultradan Morency.
Ultradan, nope.
Nope.
Montreal.
Mm-hmm. Home Under the Range by Michael Cortez, and we got there's tieflings here, so it says any environment here, so I don't think we got a Greyhawk one here at all, right? No, but possibly could be adapted. Looks like it's got some underground ruins. This could be adapted pretty easily. What's that, Mike?
It's an ad for Gen Con.
Gen Con. What number Gen Con?
That would have been 2006. I think that's one of the first ones I went to.
You just ran this one, Sam? Was it decent? All right, it's pretty. Where'd you put it?
Home Under the Range. Yeah.
Cool. Where'd you place it? Wait and see where he placed it.
Yeah.
It's got a Dwarven Outpost in it, so there you go. All right.
Ooh, this has tieflings in it.
Yes, tieflings.
Well, we could just
Crystal
rename
Mist
them
Furnaces.
Cambions. And,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Next one, and Madness Followed. Matthew Hope. Oh, that's pretty gross. Is that Sahagwin?
Yeah, it kind of looks like one. Yeah.
Hollow Field there. I'm just looking to see. This one also a small location, a small village. The town and city have been left fairly undetailed after you place them in any campaign world with ease. Okay, another generic one.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of nasty, weird monsters here.
Yeah. Well, this is the glory era of that, correct?
The thing
Yeah.
from the lake. Aberration Aquatic. Take note, Troy.
Yeah. Cthulhu Sealer.
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Ew, it's pretty gross looking.
Mm-hmm.
Mob of Madness. Yeah, this has got a very Cthulhu-ish esque type to it. Interesting. Legion. All right, so hey, maybe this is going to 1T aberration types. All right. Just want to make sure for time we finish the final two.
Yep.
Okay. Matthew Hope. The thing from the lake. Instead of the people under the stairs. That's been on like 12 times today with all the Halloween stuff. All right, here we go. Oh, look, that looks like a giant, what do you call it?
Chimera.
Yeah.
Chimera. With the lion smack dab in the middle. Big one.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's
head.
pretty cool artwork. Is that Joaquin? Who's Joaquin, by the way? Artist.
I don't know, but it's a cool illustration, and even the goat head looks
Joaquin Barham. Joaquin Barham. Yeah, that's pretty neat. After discovering the ancient tombs, and it goes through everything here. I'm just seeing if it gives you 40 years ago, the talented and powerful wizard Balakard encountered the spawn of Caius for the first time. That's about right. Because it was probably in a White Dwarf magazine first, correct?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it appeared the first time.
So, Balakard is Bucknard. You're right, BB. Thank you. They switched the name. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. You're correct. Good job, King. I always like the non-standard. Yeah, I like non-standard ones too. In fact, there's a non-standard Chimera in Q1, if I recall, which is awesome. All right, so Worm Crawl Fissure.
Then you have Brasimel's Airy and stuff. Yeah.
You actually get to see the bottom of the Rift Canyon.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's only a mile deep. They say it's sometimes in some places it's even more than a mile deep, and it's kind of interesting because it's like way more than 10 miles wide. and a lot of places it's 20 miles wide and 200 miles long. And if it's only a mile deep, that's like the valley of the Inland Empire.
How deep is the Marianas Trench on Mars?
Well.
Oh, that one is probably 25, 30 miles at least.
Deep. Wow.
Oh yeah, deep.
I would think
yeah.
this
and
should
it's
be that
several
too.
thousand long. And remember that the Marianas Trench in the Pacific is what is it? It's like 6, 7, 8 miles deep, 10 maybe even. Yeah, it's a lot more than and meaning we've talked about this before, but the Rift Canyon, if that really needs to have impressive depth, it needs to be as deep as it is wide, at least. So it should be 40, 50 miles deep, probably even more in places. Otherwise, you just stand and you can easily see the bottom,
true,
and
true.
It becomes like standing it on the and see a valley in the Rockies, but it's only a few miles wider, so to speak. So yeah, so it needs to be. And meaning the Grand Canyon, it's almost as deep as it's wide. That's why it looks so impressive. If the Grand Canyon would have been 50 miles wide and only 2 miles deep, it would not be that impressive.
I forget why Eric said he had to switch Bucknard. There was a reason he had to switch Tensor and Bucknard, right?
Bucknard's name is in the Everfull purse, so he's kind of,
generic.
He's a known quantity.
Yeah. And Nordker, I'm really interested in what the conditions will be if it's that deep, because you can have all sorts of cool things like opening to the abyss, plane of shadow, all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah,
at the bottom.
sun would only reach
exactly.
Times.
It will be in shadow because it's not down at the equator, so it's so far north that at the bottom the sun will never hit, which I think will be cool because they can say that will automatically put it in the plane of shadow or something, or a large part of it will be. And then you can have like parts of it that sticks up, and you can do all sorts of cool stuff with it.
Chimera Chimera.
Yeah, there you go.
Say it. Four of them. So going through part 2, Earth Cancer Gorge. You got Apostle Caves and Caius you're going to go into. Here, evolved Olger Stasted, blah, 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 whatever that is. Olger Stasted.
I think you fight one of them earlier in the the one that's set in the arena in City Greyhawk, that adventure.
So it's an evolved, it's a gargantuan undead. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Apocalypse golems. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, there's the Apostle Caves. So I guess you're going through this seeking Jorgotha, correct? That's the whole idea about this mission.
It's a little sandboxy, but
yeah.
Zulshin. What's a Lilind again? Is that a demon?
That is shoot. What are Liliands?
Female Lilind Bard, Sublime Court. Outsider, so whatever it is.
Yeah, an outsider is like if.
A Lilind is. I think I have one of the miniatures from that era. It looks almost like a Lamassu. No, not Lamassu. The evil ones that they kiss and they drain. Lamia nobles. Lamia nobles have the snake tail. Yeah, like Lamia. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, yep. Lamia nobles. All right, there you go. There's the Apocalypse Golems. I like my shit golem better. Sorry.
That sounds like the same in a lot of sense. That's the perfect golem. Yep. The servant of Jubilex Yep.
Advanced stained glass golem. That's bizarre.
Now we're getting into the that's a bit too much even for me. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I guess that's her right there. She's like, screw you. You get all right. You got to get an audience for her. Oh, give her a magic item or material wealth 120, minor stuff. To get in to continue onward. Thessalar's fortress.
What is the Thessalar? Do you
Thessalar
remember
looks like
that,
a
Mike?
lich.
Thessalar.
Mike, you remember?
Yes, I liked this part. So
Okay, go for it.
Thessalar is a lich that moved to the area. He is the creator of the Thessal monsters.
Oh, Thessala
Uh-huh.
Hydra.
Yeah. And he has a obsession with the Lilend. He's
Okay.
yeah, he gets obsessed with females.
Oh, well,
And if I recall right, he is not originally, he just recently moved to the Wormcarl fissure, that he's originally from a different material plane. I
oh.
don't know if it says specifically, but I assumed it was for that realm. So.
Male
Okay,
human
well, we
lich
can steal
transmuter
things.
lore master.
Yeah.
He's got no shot though. 130 hit points. That's like 1/3 of a round.
Yeah. But he
And
probably has so many resistances.
he's
and-
not really a threat. I think he's just something to bounce off. You know, you run into the little end and you run into
But
Yeah.
that.
he's immune to cold, electricity, polymorph, and all the undead stuff. So that is.
He has plenty of
And
monsters
spell
he can
resistance
throw at you.
18, so that's not too bad. Yeah.
So, and it looks like if you get all three of Balakard's, Bucknard's soul fragments, you can put him back together, I guess. And
Yeah.
10 feet of each other. He appears as a ghost.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. That's what the initial picture is, I guess, in the
Yeah.
very top. Yeah.
And the Thessalar, he has maximized disintegrates.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Well,
Maximize cold of colds and yeah, finger of deaths and whatnot. So yeah, so he's pretty tough.
not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like Bucknard gives you some help here. He can answer any questions you
Aid
want.
from beyond the grave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So as long as the PCs continue to press on against Dragotha, Bucknard's spirit remains bound to the 3 items. They continue to provide their bonuses. So there you go. So he's technically in spirit going to help you with this fight. So
Yeah.
part 5, the Tabernacle of Worms.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Now it's getting real.
Now it's getting
Yep.
real.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's getting real.
Yeah, I'm starting to remember the makeup of this adventure group I had. So there was 2 characters in my campaign I ran. One of them played a warlock, which warlock was kind of a new class of 3.5 at the time.
Right.
I can't remember what book it was in, but I recall, he was just this constant laser beam, annoying little ranged attacker. And then the other one was playing this cleric of, I can't remember what god, let's just say Pelor,
Mm-hmm.
because this character could do these mass daylight spells and turning undead, like when destroying undead. And because you have a lot of undead the adventure, this cleric was very problematic. So continue.
Nice. Approaching the tabernacle from Kaiser's Mall, the pieces of a mile-long journey along a spiraling passageway. There you go. Nice picture.
Mm-hmm.
Venk, whoever Venk is. Venk. Female Darrow fighter warlock.
Right.
Yeah,
See,
CR19,
warlocks are now creeping into the D&D
Yeah. On the
mainstream here. So I recall that being a interesting encounter, because up to that point, the players had all the warlock advantage, and then I throw a warlock at them. And
excuse me.
so fun.
Interesting.
And he rides a wyvern.
Yep.
There's a
Here.
good picture on them.
Here's a wyvern, advanced wyvern
Yeah.
aerial adventure.
And they had the Eldridge
Oh, there's a
Blast
picture.
was their kind of signature thing they could do, warlocks. They can just throw like spell
Just-
damage on
Just
someone.
non-stop Eldritch Blast. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like magic that does damage, period, so to speak,
Wow,
without
here
being
it is.
evil.
A 250-foot-long ray.
Yep.
5 dice 6,
points of
no
damage.
save.
Yep.
Yeah.
Save that's for sissies.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
It didn't do that much damage though, but 250 feet, that's decent range.
Yeah, I'll say. The Tabernacle of Worms coming. Fairly large.
Yep.
Still no Dragatha. Overworm.
And
Ovo.
the
Is that like an
wyvern
overgord?
the wyvern
Yeah!
he rides, the wyvern he rides is CR-17, so that's not bad in itself. Is tough.
So this Overworm has Call of the Worm God.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Obey the Worm
Hmm.
Touched.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
an Overworm is host to hundreds of smaller worms and Kayas. Ew. This is pretty
It's
gross.
one of these that get worse when you kill
Swallow
it. It
whole.
gets way worse.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Temple of the Worm. All right.
See, I recall in one of the Dragon Magazine extensions to this AP, I forget what they call them, Worm Food or something like that. There was a prestige class you could take where you were a worm slayer or something like that, and you were able to critical undead.
Oh.
So I remember one of my players took this, which was significant because in 3.5 you couldn't critical undead, and this whole adventure is undead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a lot of mostly undead here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly dead undead. Okay.
And aberrations. Yeah.
What's an Avalakia priest? Speaking of
Cayusium priests of some sort,
It's a-
I think.
yeah.
Cleric
Oh, it's a
10
shape
Cayuse.
changer.
Oh,
Large
okay.
aberrations shape changer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that is in third edition. Weird worm thing from Fiend Folio. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm.
It's cleric 10. So yeah. Mhm.
There's a whole bunch of them here and a bunch of overworms. 6 of those overworms.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
All right,
Wait
this
until
is
you
where
see the
that other player
underworms.
comes
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
This is
What
where
happens?
that other player of mine.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the ability was. Remember, this is 3.5, but this particular cleric build, it was one of those maximized builds,
hmm
was just able to mass destroy undead, like with this aura or something like that. So they were just. So now just imagine my players are walking through this module, just destroying undead without even lifting a finger. And then the warlock is just picking off stuff with Eldritch Blast. This adventure goes very quick, but the end is not happy for them, as you're going to find out.
Uh-oh.
So continue.
Okay. Here's Venk. Venk's parlor. Venk's bedroom. Yeah, who wants to live down here with a bedroom with all these worms everywhere? Whoa.
Yeah.
Mahudrul's other face. That looks like that creature from frickin' First Hellboy almost.
Maybe. Yeah.
Except different color. Mahudrul. That's another. It must be a race. Alvalakia. It must be a race similar to Aboleth, but different, right? So, a Cayusian race that's not undead. Each chamber, Vaki is in the servant's has their social name. Yeah, that's a thing. PCs have encountered Mahudrul once before in the guise of a merchant lady, so they can shape change, right? So they can turn into humans at Prince Each's party. All right. So they can infiltrate too. I don't think I'm ever going to be running any of these. Just it's on another level that I'm not used to. Power.
Yes, Norker, Radiant Servant of Palor. That's it.
Wow.
That class was a beast. So if you have an 18th level Radiant Servant of Palor, you're right where you want to be. This is your jam, this adventure. Wow.
Nasty. Yeah, it is, isn't it, King? It's really crazy. All right, so here's Dragotha. This is the highest hit point total I've ever seen to date. 832. It's the highest I've ever seen. Yeah, and nasty. Somebody. I mean, we're going up. No 9th level spells.
Only 58 armor class.
Yeah. Look at this, Mike. Abby Dalsum's hard wilting it has. Yeah. So destruction is pretty nasty. So what happened? What happened, Mike, in the fight here? You said they didn't go well.
It's a projected fight. And I mean, you got his phylactery. I don't remember what that does for you,
Right?
except to be able to permanently kill him. But yeah, it's a knockdown, drag out fight.
Oh my God! Look at this stuff.
I recall, everyone had fun with, but the unhappy ending is, or you've just gone through the whole worm coral fissure. You've defeated the greatest dragon probably in the game, highest hit points, and then on the next page is the treasure.
Yeah, I see it. How crazy this is.
Yeah, and so you get all this treasure. You might get some use out of some of the stuff that's thrown there. And then you go into the next module. My players never get to use this treasure. That's the sad part. Is if your players were greedy, they'd be like, "Woohoo, we beat Dragotha, let's go home."
Oh, they're like, enough of
but
this.
no, you're on a quest, you're on a mission,
Yeah.
so you don't have time to,
You should always give the treasure in the beginning, so they have the equipment to fight the adventure or doing the adventure. Yeah.
This is the largest, craziest horde I've ever seen. The Darren's Instant Fortress is in here. Appalachian Qualish is in here. Just Staff of the Magi. It's crazy. The Ring of Elemental Command. I know it's one of Amy's favorite things. Sunblade. Crazy stuff. I mean, a Sunblade alone against undead is disgusting. Disgusting. So, yeah. All right.
I always estimate it. When we talk about this in our group, I always say it's like 1 million gold piece treasure hoard, and
get close.
That you never get to spend. In a perfect world, and I think Brazimo gets away.
Right.
In the previous adventure, I let him get away. So why wouldn't Brazimo want the players to defeat Dragotha?
Yeah.
Because then he can move in,
right,
and take this treasure.
Yeah, this is one of the few web enhancements I have still, and this is the 134. Really crisp pictures and maps and all. If you can find the web enhancement, you snip out the pictures and do really good things with the maps and all. So, but I have it for 134. I don't have it for any of the other ones we're discussing tonight. So, always you can ask in the community, and maybe someone has one for
Dragotha has some cool one cool thing really in the stats, a clinging breath, so the breath weapon doesn't go away at the one round, it lingers.
Yeah, I don't even want to even discuss. I can't even imagine that Dragotha fight. Now I remember oh my gosh, my brain just shut off. Who wrote man, I'm getting old. Works for Monty Cook now.
Bruce Cordell.
Bruce Cordell, yeah. Bruce Cordell wrote a Dragotha encounter, right?
Mm-hmm.
For Gen Con or one of the conventions.
Maybe, yeah, something, yeah.
Yeah. So, which was nowhere near as nasty as this
in
here.
No, that was like low level.
Yeah. This is James Jacobs, so James knows what he's doing. And then remember, the next adventure pass is going to be all him. With so all right. So this one we have an adventure that is definitely in Greyhawk. It's called Funeral Procession. It says Salt Marsh right here, so we know it's Greyhawk. All right, Funeral Procession. Let's go through, and this is 135. So this will be the last one tonight.
Yep.
And look, so this tells me they knew. This is the cover of the yes, that's a great cover. But the cover of the very last dungeon they're ever going to do is right here at this point. So they already have it, the artwork, which means they know projected out when everything's going to end.
Yep.
That's scary in hindsight.
Yep.
So it's like a year ahead or something.
Yep.
So
So they know exactly when everything's gonna finish.
Wayne Reynolds.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, the covers are fabulous on this one. I think it's Wayne Reynolds. I love the combination of scythe and big like a Morning Star or the kind of the thing with spikes. Yeah.
Amy, that's cool that you got the enhancement of 133. That's awesome. So there you go. If someone needs it. Funeral Procession by Mark Hart. So, and it just says here, a brutal serial killer named Crimson stalked the streets of Saltmarsh. So, as killing the mountains, the locals began losing faith both in the town's leadership and in Paylor. So they hired the Company of the Axe, a famed adventuring group, to stop the murderer. There you go. Yep. So, and then there's a funeral, I guess. Funeral procession begins with a funeral parade through Saltmarsh. So you got some personalities here, and I'm not sure if these personalities are made up new. Warel, Esrin, I don't know that or not. So just note, or if they were original to the game, to any of the Saltmarsh publications at this time. She looks kind of almost like, look at that throne. A lot of skulls she's sitting on. Oh, it's just skulls. Wow.
Yep.
4th level. That's a lot of skulls for a 4th level necromancer.
Yep.
The chief antagonist, daughter of follower of the dark. She's follower of Grazitz, Anna. You gotta like her.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. Cool.
Grazitz cultists. Yep.
Yep. So we got a series of events that are going to happen. Thugs, cultists. This is not super high level. There's a Saltmarsh cemetery. So, kind of maybe a cool one if you're venturing down in that area to throw in to probably, Lee, that's probably what's going on. Using an orphanage for why not? I mean,
something like that.
Evil people, there are no morals there. So
yep.
You know, the slaughterhouse.
I think that's the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. The basement level's pretty gross. Yuck. Looks like a Alyssa Faden Cthulhu module, a basement with the blood everywhere. Yeah, that's just cruel. But this is where evil's going awry here. If you're following, you got a Grazitz cult in town. Yeah, look at this guy with the cleaver here. Yeah. So this is when your Saltmarsh is going awry. Someone should run this and give us a what's up there, Rick? Someone should run this and give us a report back on this. It is low level, so and see how it goes with this. There's a hook horror. So you got to destroy Crimson's body before he rises as a morgue. So it looks like the necromancer's trying to take that and rise the serial killer into an even more powerful undead, and you have to stop it. That's kind of a cool idea. So yeah, it sounds like Mark has fond memories of playing the original Secret of Saltmarsh, and he adds this to Greyhawk to Saltmarsh lore, which is cool. Yeah, a little too salty, Sam. I agree.
Yep.
Little too salty.
Yep.
Cool artwork though. This style I haven't seen that much.
Yeah.
In Greyhawk, that style. All right, and this is Change of Blackmore, Nicholas Logue again. Like I said, he's all over these. I don't think this is Greyhawk. It's set in a penitentiary mining complex, easily adaptable to any campaign setting. All right, due to time,
okay, so, yeah,
we'll skip past this. Alrighty. Well, that's a big tower.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Dawn of a New Age. Were you ecstatic that you finally got to the end?
Yeah. And then when I read the adventure, I was like, what is all this extra, junk in here? It's like you're battling through Alhasser, more Cayuse monsters, even bigger monsters than, the previous couple adventures. And it's just like, no, I want to get to the main event. But there is a little setup to this one, as you'll see.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting.
So
before you go, you know where Caius is going to be summoned, but they give you a little bit of a window of time to buff up, to prepare.
So Lashana is the next most powerful thing left now that Dragoth is gone, right? So
Mm.
with Dragoth's defeat in the World Cross Fisher, Bucknar disjoined Spirit reformed and went on to his final reward. Okay. There you go. One final preparations. I like how the Rod of Seven of Parts makes an appearance here.
Yeah, they seem to like it. It's popping into new products again.
So look at this. Look at this. You so far you should have, if you did, you got the Hand of Vecna, the Rod of Seven Parts, and a Sphere of Annihilation all together. And what's the fourth one? Zoisil's circlet. Character who kept his circlet finds that it begins glowing soon after Dragotha is slain. All right. Jeez.
So the artifacts are significant because I think they, if I recall, they give you the ability to weaken Caius in combat.
But you didn't give them the Hand of Vecna in your game.
No.
Okay. All right.
But they, having played the previous parts, you would have had a piece of the Rod of Seven Parts, I believe. And it tells you where you can get a Sphere of Annihilation easily.
Okay.
And then Zosil's circlet is from a previous chapter as well.
Cool. Yeah. So when you get back to Alhaster, there's throngs of, it sounds like World War Z almost. There's undead just floating through everywhere here.
Yeah, I think Zeech is regretting some decisions.
He's always regretting decisions, isn't he? Yeah. But I noticed something at the very end of this with Zeech. He just shows up to try and steal the fame, right?
Yes, the Dragon Slayer move.
Yeah. So, and here it talks about the Tomb of Horrors. He's looking. You can explore this too. All right. So there's Alhaster. So Alhaster gets and those overworms, but now they're advanced. So they're even nastier. So, oh my God, they're triple the hit points.
Yep.
Oh, running through. Oh my God.
Advanced overworms. 480. Yeah.
Oh, Caius Knights, 12 of them running around. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Anna, we missed that in our Knighthoods episode.
Yes.
The Knights of Caius.
Knights of Caius. Holy jeez.
They are nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Because they got the worm, got all the worms. I may throw my guys against some Knights of Caius that are like somehow come out through a time warp or get teleported or something happens, or a Highlander 3 event. They're buried underground and an earthquake releases them or something, right? So yeah.
Look at the encounter on page 61 on the right side. Oh, jeez.
What's that?
Yeah. It's a named Caius Knight.
Right.
Event number 3.
3 liches.
Yep.
4 vampires. 25 spawns. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
Unless you have a Radiant Servant.
Right, a Paylor, and he can destroy all those instantaneously.
Yeah.
See, that's why I think I skipped by all of this.
Oh my gosh.
Because
he just went. He's 19th level by now, right? Is he 20th or 19th?
Like that.
Wow.
Oh no, my players didn't get to 20.
Yeah, this thing's gross. This picture, this blood theme with no head. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, under Alhaster, the Unlife Vortex. Ugh.
Yeah.
This is Tito Liadi, by the way. All right, and now you're going to go into Lashana's dungeon. And probably deal with all sorts of crazy stuff here. There's a portal. You got to do something to it, right? The Unlife Vortex. What happened here, Mike?
I don't know. I assume if you kill a Cayuse, everything.
A
Right.
ghost priest, 4 of them. CR17. Wow.
This is
Pit
nuts,
rooms.
Rick.
Evolved Crimson Death, CR15. 6 of them.
Yeah, you have these Alvalakia ghost priests here that you
Yeah.
mastered, and the other ones.
And then the Volrus, the male human vampire rogue ranger, CR18.
That you just gave me a stroke just saying that, Anna. I love Crimson Deaths in the original Fiend Folio. I thought it was one of the cool. Was that in the Monster Manual 2? I think it's Monster Manual 2.
Yeah, Crimson Death.
I love Crimson Deaths. I thought they were cool, but these are evolved ones. I gotta remember to come in here whenever
Should be devolved or something.
Whenever I'm in a really foul mood against my players.
Yep.
So look at this guy, Volred. He looks like normal. He looks too normal to be in this final fight here. Yeah. Oh, he's a vampire.
Yeah. He's a vampire. So yeah.
Cool.
Be like, get out of here, vampire. We got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. What are you doing here? Volras was turned by Lashana. Okay, thank you. Balfager's Grace, major artifact. There you go. That looks cool.
More artifacts.
More artifacts. You're gonna have so many artifacts up your ear. You're not gonna know where to put them.
And a ring of 3 wishes and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And a +5 ghost touch axiomatic dagger.
Yeah, I don't think a ring of 3 wishes is going to make this any easier to.
No. Nasty. Part 4 at Alhaster Spire. We're getting closer. Here's the Worm God's Tower. We're almost there. I mean, just from start, each of these is a month each, easily. Each of these running them from start to finish.
Well, consider that each round could take an hour to play.
Yeah. Look at this, Defenders of the Spire. You got look at this mess. Holy jeez. 12 Caius Knights.
I don't even think I messed with this. Because when you get to this certain level, can't the PCs fly and teleport and dimension door and all these other fun things? They're going to the top.
Yeah. And Lashana, I recall, is a silver dragon, right? Corrupted. Yeah.
Vampire.
But nowhere near Dragatha hit points. Only 393.
No, but she's CR 23.
Right. But even a Carrion Crawler has more.
Yeah.
Oh, I got something.
But she has a frightful presence, 270 feet with a DC 42 saving.
Is that a fear?
Yeah, you will run away. So if you can't manage a save throw DC 42, meaning everything that is normal creatures will just run out of fears. They will not stay and fight. Yeah. And if you stay, I think you get some negatives and stuff on it. So yeah.
Her stats take up an entire page. Whole page.
This is so good.
No, Blessed Angels, Advanced Female Rainiers, Mortal Hunters. All right, so she's got those with her.
And her breath weapon is a 18d8 cold damage, DC 42 for half.
Yeah, it's immunity to fears, allow them to. This is here we go. Hemorrhage, female half fiend, rogue assassin. This is the point. I mean, you got to remember, this is the penultimate from start to finish. You started at first, you're going all the way up, and this is as high as it gets in Greyhawk, right? This adventure here.
Yeah.
This and the one with Dragatha. What else is there to do after this? I mean, literally, these characters could kill Ayus like in 2 rounds. They're so powerful.
Well, at least they can go up against him.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. That's how nasty this is. Yeah. It's exclamation drawing. Good news! Exclamation drawing. Not giveaway. Exclamation drawing. There.
So all the little side battles throughout this module to slow you down are supposed to have implications later on when then you're going up against Caius himself. These are all things to weaken him.
Got it. Yeah. Well, this is a slog. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so here we go. Here's the part 5 part. So
Yep.
top of the spire. You get up here, and the most important battle of the campaign begins when the PCs finally reach area B10. There's a lot. I mean, it doesn't work that way. It's a 3.5. It's just so. It's whoever gets that first action. You got it, Mike. Go for it. What happened?
Oh no, I was just King is right. You know, time stop, power kill, win. Oh yeah, so you get to the top of the spire, and I got something really good here. I found a bookmark in my magazine from this adventure. This is delicious. So anyhow, it's Caius is being summoned, you know, and you have to have done all these things to weaken him, like getting rid of that unlight vortex or whatever buys you some time. Bringing them artifacts. They all have their own effect to weaken him, like the Spear of Annihilation. You know, any kind of artifact that you hit him with, I think weakens him because he's a, you know, this rank whatever deity. Then when you're getting kind of tired of this campaign, you come up with other creative ways of weakening Caius, like this one I designed myself. It's a note I passed to the player of the Radiant Servant of Palor, and it reads, Palor gives you a vision that you can weaken Caius by sacrificing yourself inside of him, effectively having his hit points no saving throw. So that player flew into Caius's wormy maw or whatever, sacrificed themselves, you know, killed their character.
You took out the cleric. That's
cleric
nasty.
dead.
Oh
Cleric
wow, that is so
Caius hit points
mean.
in half.
That is so cool.
Yep. I
Oh, that is
them into
awesome. That
Palor has spoken.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You didn't give him a save on that.
No save. You just fly in there, Radiant Servant. Well, think about it. Radiant
that
Servant
is so
exploding
cool. That is
inside of
that's awesome.
Caius. It's epic. It's epic.
Yep. That is epic. Yep. That is so epic.
And then that's just one less cut of the Dragotha treasure.
Got it. And it talks about, you know, Caius just has hard wilting, Wail the Banshee, necromancer spells. That's, I mean, I think Caius is a little underwhelming. Am I wrong here, Mike, in this last fight compared to all the other stuff you fought?
I'd have to look here.
Only 660 hit points.
Yeah.
He's divine rank 1, so he's probably
59
not that.
armor class. I mean, you got to hit him in the first place.
Yeah. Spell resistance 40,
resistance
so it's not that.
Yeah,
he's kind of fairly immune to magic. And
this is a huge stat block.
Yeah.
And can do 2 miracles.
I mean,
like 2 wish spells. Yeah.
There's these divine abilities, which I'm sure are nasty.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in. And so I think going the cinematic route by throwing things at him is probably more fun.
Right.
You have a damage resistance 15 unless you're epic.
Let's just say
epic weapon.
I'm not doing this because I am not having my players fight against gods. I just don't want to do it, you know. But what I liked is after you kill him, it's not over, which is kind of funny. The duel for Red Hand. So after this, Zeech shows up, right, and realizes he's been betrayed by Lashana, and so you saved Alhastra from destruction. If not for you, my domain would not exist anymore, yet you've also brought woe onto my city. So you got to duel. Someone's got to duel him next. So there you go.
Just found another note. This one was from a player to me at the end of this battle. So he says that he's spending an action point for an extra action. We were using action points back then. He must have had that wish ring because it says here he's activating a second wish. It says here, 2 wishes. Using 2 wishes. One's going to be a contingency upon death, and then the second wish is to resurrect his character. So he also sacrificed his character to
But he
Caillous,
came back.
but his wish was to come back.
Well, that was
And
smart.
whatever the contingency, yeah. So he did something to explode his character, doing more damage, but he knew he was going to eventually come back. I resurrected him, but I didn't say it would be immediate.
Right. Smart move.
Yeah, it was a fun battle. It was just chaos, and we wanted to get it over with because it was such a slog. But defeating a god in 3-5 is not common goal in these adventures. So I recall it being fun. Of course, the adventure path after this, you go into fighting demon lords, so not much different.
So, so Dirk Carthan has a whole bunch of OneNote notes about all this because he ran it. So yeah, at some point, just send that over. Send that over to me. We'll take a look at it. Maybe I can next time we do the dungeon ones, I can share it as a synopsis. So, and here it says new beginnings. With the completion of this epic campaign, you players may be ready to start something new. I don't know what if they're alive still. I mean, they're 20th level. Yeah, Port of Sassarine, trouble is brewing. Well, yes, that's where Savage Tide's going to be.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, but you're not going to be using the same characters.
No.
So, yep. And so this talks about about it right here, which is cool.
Yeah. So I don't remember how many characters survived this module, but the ones that survived, I assume, would have got Yugotha's treasure, but we never played them again, so
right, they
never got to use the treasure. And then half of them sacrificed themselves.
That's the problem with this. It's so utterly powerful.
Yeah.
That that these characters go off to legendary status in the campaign. What do? I mean, freaking hey, let's go. If Rary's still alive, let's go. Let's just go kill Rary now, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, but no, but you're supposed to only play this adventure path and then retire the character. They're not supposed to be any life afterwards or any adventuring for the character. No. That's the whole idea with adventure path like this. You play them up to 20th level and retire them, or to 16th or whatever the adventure path, and that's it. So yeah.
And I think it's just a difference of opinion. But I've never had a character brought up from first level in my campaign PC ever make it to 20th. Never.
I've had one. I played in a Pathfinder adventure path. And we played it all the way to the end, and it was a 2-parter, so we played it over a year. And I played a gnome sorceress, and I played her up to 20th level. That's the only 20th level character I've had that we played.
Sam's right. Take your Age of Worms characters, just breeze through Savage Tide.
Yeah.
Take on Demogorgon.
Yeah.
So I know not. So the good thing is, down the road, we're going to talk about the Savage Tide, because I've never gone through any of the details of the Savage Tide. Now I've seen pictures from Dungeon Meister as they're going through it, which is cool. I know it's Demogorgon at the end and all that, but I've never seen it. So maybe there's some cool side ports there. Now the only thing I know about James Jacobs is in that area he did the Porphyry House Horror, which I thought was genius, but that was way earlier than this. So. Which would be cool. Not my style. I don't like to do it this way either, Amy. I don't. It's not my style at all. You know me. I like to bounce around a lot. I don't like to go. We'll run, like, for me, an epic level campaign is start your character in Hamlet, run your character through, do a last side quest, get the gold, finish Temple of Elemental Evil, and then go branch off into other stuff at that point because you're 7th level.
Scary part is when I ran Age of Worms, that was like a one-shot group that we had threw together. But my main group I was running during that same era, they got into like level 30.
Wow,
that was my epic campaign.
Oh my gosh!
This module probably gave me saved me a lot of time designing encounters to fight those guys. It's like, oh, you want to fight a colossal carrion crawler? Here you go, guys.
It's kind of funny that I found highly entertaining, that colossal carrion crawler. Yeah,
that was
pretty entertaining. So, all right. So look at that, almost right at time. What, Mike? What was your highlight of this whole thing?
Well, going back through, my highlight was finding old notes from my friends when we played this however long
That
ago
was
this
the
module
coolest.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. But no, I mean, I'm still in utter shock how many different Cayuse flavored creatures that this thing came up with. Like, if you just made a book, you could make a book of just Cayuse monsters.
Which is, I think, a good idea to enhance your
From
sons of
this
Cayuse
whole
roaming
thing.
about.
From
Yeah,
the very first adventure to the 12th one,
Yeah.
there's so many Cayuse monsters that they created.
So
and it would
that's
cool, especially
memorable.
the low middle level would be
Yeah.
cool to sprinkle in.
what I'm thinking about doing is doing an adventure, a high level adventure with my guys because they like running high level once in a blue moon, throwing Cayuse Knights and all the other crap that was in there, and just saying, they find this place that that was an earthquake opened up a rift or somewhere. And these things were stuck there thousands of years ago, or something that ordered a storm, took care of whatever. Just run an adventure on that, but I don't want to run the whole path. Yeah. So, what about you, Anna? Your thoughts on the whole?
Well, first of all, I like the that we got deeper into the island discussion because
Yeah.
I didn't read through all the details, but yeah, so I need to have like a little leftover that is still there, so to speak. When the most of it was carried off to a demiplane or something, then that's just a little bit of the island is still there, so to speak. So it's like a cliff sticking up that was little leftovers of the island is still there. So yeah.
I'm also a big fan of the Kings of the Rift because not only do you have a new giant city, you have several new named dragons flying around.
The Fang dragon was fun too.
That added a lot to the lore, I think.
Yep. And there are some cool lore. I like a lot of the stories with the Cayuse and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun stuff you can play around with. Dragotha. Ooh, I love Dragotha and Cayuse and stuff. It's good. It's good lore.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned trying to run White Plume Mountain. It's kind of a like low mid-level adventure, right?
Yeah.
And then look at the map like, oh, let's go for that Dragotha.
Yeah, exactly.
And then break out this module.
Yeah, 600. Like what?
Yep. I threw Dragotha, Caraptus, and the whole shebang into one adventure here. So yeah.
So that gets us through number 135. We don't have that many to go before dungeon's done. Yeah. Unfortunately.
What should we do then? What series should we start then?
Well, there's other things we can do.
Yeah, there are other things.
There definitely is some other things we can do. We can get through some more in depth. We can go. What I think we should do is eventually get onto the Cannon Fire site and just territorial discuss all the adventures in an area, right? It'd be another idea because we haven't been back to this for 20 sessions. I think the last time we did one of these is 251. We're in 272, so it's been a few months. So we'll bounce around with that stuff. But yeah, this was a really cool discussion. So we are doing get ready for classic giveaways, which include an expert rule, a creature catalog of treasures, a Baba Yaga's hut, Shokanth, Isle of Dread, Castle Amber, King's Festival, B11, B12, Queen's Harvest, Ravenloft 2, Drow the Underdark. You got a reprint of the Fiend Folio. You got a lot of options for you out there if you win. So that's awesome, Sam. 15 new Cayuse creatures. Yeah, the Avalaki are disgusting. They're really gross. Those worm creatures. Yeah. So let's do some quick shout outs. We'll do the giveaway, then we'll raid probably into Darling tonight because we'll see Darling on my stream on Thursday night. So, Mike, what's going on with you, man? And thanks for coming on Sunday.
Can't remember if it was 1 or 2 episodes, Legends lore ago. We were talking about the mercenary thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I brought up the Champions games, which was from the same Age of Worms run. Well, I did about a week ago. I did a blog post on the gladiator mercenary groups from Champions Game.
Yes.
And I didn't use it in my campaign. I kind of they only detailed a handful of these groups, so I kind of just gave a quick little blurb on what the rest of the groups were entailed for fun.
Oh, that's great.
Gave a little backstory on the whole how the whole Champions Games works. There's rules and everything to it. It's probably a little too organized to be realistic, but for
cool.
for a D&D gamer reasons, you gotta have.
No, this is awesome, Mike. Mike, are any of these down here below the competition list? Are these any of yours homebrewed by you, or are these all in the actual?
I'm saying the ones with asterisks are detailed in the module.
Like Arcana Riga. Okay.
Everything else, they gave the names for all the groups, but they didn't give any details on them.
All right, so you added details.
I added, like Draconic Brood. I just kind of determined, okay, this is probably some half dragons.
Oh, that's awesome.
Drunken Devilry.
Teeth
I assume it's a group of guys, frat bros from Gnarly House. I just started making up stuff.
Varmint Patrol 8 Halfling Slingers from Elmshire.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, and this also took a little inspiration from my Blood Bowl days.
Yeah,
Halfling team and whatnot.
But what you have done is anyone who wants to run that in the future now doesn't have to do all that work. They can flesh those out.
Yeah,
with stats.
Come up with your own stats.
That's awesome. That's a great post.
Yep.
Oh, that's an awesome
Super
post,
cool.
Mike.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Any games going on?
Well, I'm here, so that means tonight's game was canceled.
Oh, okay.
And my last week or my last Thursday game was canceled because I was on a work conference. So I don't know when my next game is. It might be this coming Thursday. We'll see.
Best of luck with that game, man. And thanks for coming on and give us some great details on this. Really appreciate it.
Yep. Super cool.
Anna, what's up?
Well, going into next week, I will work hard on the GPS map update. It's actually going a lot faster than I was fearing that it will take. So I'm like 20% done, and so I'm getting there. So that will be the majority of this week. I will try and do some more write-ups on these small places in the Southern Shieldland. So the Village of Aldit, Bogford, and several other places with history, a little map, and some deep dives into the various little places I've invented for my campaign that you can use in Shieldlands or use anywhere else if you want to. But they're kind of tied in with some lore and some hints and stuff so that you hooks that you can use for adventures and stuff, little maps. So I will try and get one of these out this week too. And yeah, so that's what we'll go on. Then on Friday we will have a mapping stream again. So thank you everybody who came in on that one on Friday. It was great. We had like 40 people and some chatting and stuff. So that was awesome. So yeah. So I'm slowly getting back. I'm catching up. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm catching up. I'm slowly getting there. So yep. And there's also some new cool tools on the horizon. So I will probably see if I can write a post on new cool tools and technology that is on the way of coming that can help out and do some really, really cool stuff in the future. So and when it comes to the mapping stuff. So yeah.
Very cool. So, what's going on this week? More than likely, only streams Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. More than likely, but not a definite. I may throw something in Saturday. Won't know though till I see how the week goes with all the.
Yeah.
I got multiple second and third interviews at multiple companies coming up this week, so I got to really concentrate on that. But we'll have a Legends Lore Wednesday. The three of us don't have a topic yet, so we got to figure that out.
Yeah, so we have to figure something out.
We got to figure that out. I don't know if we do demographics. I won't be participating in the background discussion on it but Anna, if you want to handle demographics,
we can. Mike, are we up for demographics? We got Jay and
it's like I don't know.
Slammed with
it's going to be a bunch of fighting on chat too.
We
I just know
Sam on the last time. I felt like we were like one
Yeah.
foot in demographics.
Well, and also I think that demographics, we need to, I'm not going to try and tell anyone how to run their games. I think demographic discussion should be in a kind of how you can use demographics, and also some of the, of course, we have to deep dive into some of the controversies, but I think they are interesting, not of finding out who is right, because this is a matter of taste and flavor. So I don't think there's no right way, but there are interesting applications to it. But we might want to have a couple of more. We will see if we.
All right, here's the
run
deal.
it or something.
I'll look. I'll try and see if Rich is available or when he's
Yeah.
available.
Mhm.
And if he is, if you see him in chat on Can of Fire tonight or tomorrow, just reach out and say, hey, Jay, Mike,
Yeah.
and Anna are trying to get in history. It's okay, man. I got it. Yeah. We've discussed
because
it
I
on
don't think
previous
it needs
chats.
to
It's
be
okay.
anywhere near as this kind of. We don't need to fight over it as much.
Well,
so
and that's
but yeah.
Anna and I got a series of emails from Chris Sajian just recently, and like I had
a lot of cool points.
A lot of cool points, but to me, I shut down because I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have a completely different approach to it.
Right,
but I really appreciate that we get that, and that's one way of running it. And so I want to have the inspirational angle from demographics. So,
right, which that can help. I hate like taking that historical aspect and trying to pigeonhole that into Greyhawk.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of, but it's one of these things like when we talked about economics, politics, diplomacy, and stuff. It's one of these aspects that in certain kinds of play and in certain aspects it can be really, really cool to look into. Yeah.
Dale, that's exactly it. And I gave an example in an email back to him, and I said, "This is what I said. I ran Xanthoria, which is a plague." Tony Winslow Brill, Candlekeep Mysteries, Zuctamoy Plague. In the source, it affected Selene, it affected Altamira, it affected parts of Ulik during the game and all. What did that do to the population afterwards? I don't care. I cared. Healing was at a mine. They couldn't get healing potions and stuff. A lot of clerics had passed, but I didn't care what the population went down to. It's just not part of our game. My players don't care.
I think we need to run demographics on Wednesday because there's a lot of cool things to need to be said on this. Yeah,
exactly. Demographics. Both Sam and Dale said the same thing. What you want them to be. So, right, Amy. That may be important to a lot of other people, and that's why I will probably be just moderating and keeping. So if we can get Rich on and we get the right people on, we'll do it Wednesday. Okay? Sound good? All right.
Okay.
So,
good idea.
All right. But Thursday. This got canceled from 2 weeks ago. Look, I juiced up this a little bit. This picture here, so that we. There we go. The post-joust celebration finally. It'll be in Altamira. It's at the Violet-Eyed Lady, an establishment of renown in Altamira. Bones, Darling, Heather Hex, Little Bird, and probably two of my players. So they all have their characters ready to go. You will see a lot of. I talked about this on the other show. A lot of that, what's going on between the two thieves guilds going on in Altamira. You got the Drarius, the deposed humans stuff, and Spunk. So you'll get a little inner workings of what is actually happening. Oh, thank you, Lando. With that, and that will be Thursday, and then we'll have next week's cabin will be at 8 p.m. an hour later than normal.
Oh, okay.
1 hour late. Eagles game's at 4:25 against Dallas.
Oh,
My
okay.
wife
Well, we have
we
changed from daylight savings as well.
Yes.
So back to normal.
Yep.
So yeah.
Excellent. So we'll get the right crew. We'll try to get the right crew on for this.
We'll see if we can get the people. Yeah. People we want to.
Yeah. We're still bringing it, Curtis. Sorry about the loss today as well. So that's what's going on Thursday, and then we'll have a gathering on Sunday. Off chance of something going on Saturday. It may be a BattleTech game. It may be something going on Saturday morning. We'll see. Okay, but just a note. I can't really concentrate on that till I get through all the major second and third job interviews I got going on. I got a lot of them this week. It's going to be a lot of. I got to concentrate on that, and then once I get through all that, then I can think about the weekend. All right, let's do the giveaway here. You got your choice. Last call, exclamation point, drawing. Curtis, the minis haven't gone out yet because I haven't seen Bill, and Bill's got them all. Don't worry, I will get them to you that you won on Thursday. All right, Classic D&D reprint giveaway coming. Let me set this up and let's see who the winner is tonight. Are we good? Winner tonight.
We just had a tiny little earthquake here. The building
really?
shook a bit. Yep, the building shook a bit.
Wow.
Yep. It rattled a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's the second one we've had on one of the shows.
Alex.
Another one. Yep.
All right, Alex, Antiquitous. I will get with you. Congrats, Alex. That'll you tell me. Of course, King, and thank you all for your support. It is really, I really appreciate it. The community appreciates it. We got a lot going on. Note, Anna and I will get together and we need to get our banner for the fundraiser at some point. Anna, if we can get it out this week. And it's gonna be infernals, demons, devils, whatever you want to do with the baddies, demodons, whatever you. I don't even care if you want to use frick. All right, I dare someone. I want a Modron adventure for the fundraiser. I dare you.
Oh, dare.
I dare someone to do a Modron fundraiser for the adventure.
Oh, God.
That'll be, and the weekend is the 9th, 10th, and 11th of February. Friday the 9th, Friday the 9th, Saturday the 10th, Sunday the 11th of February will be the St. Jude fundraiser. Okay? Alrighty. We're going to raid into Darling. Oh, that's it, Amy. But you got to run a live stream. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be a live stream of Modrons, which will be painful as hell. I longer do heresy. All right, we'll see you all. Wednesday, and hopefully everyone has a great week. And I'll talk to you all shortly. Mike, Anna, thanks a lot. See you. See you soon.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, Sewell. Add Sewell into that. That'd be funny. Hey, anything to raise money. Oh, they're doing the skeletons. That's right. This will be a cool thing to hop in on. So enjoy. It's a Halloween special. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you in November. November 1st, Wednesday. It will be. Awesome.